Okay, we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to another Cartridge Club Hangout. Sean, how you doing?
Good man, yourself?
Yeah, good. I'm doing better than that intro was, but what
Yeah,
are you gonna do?
that was a solid intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching YouTube videos on the Canada-U.S. trade debacle.
Going into the serious topics right away.
Well, that's what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I haven't really looked into it much.
Basically, America decided to put tariffs on steel and aluminum from Canada. So Trudeau said, "Fuck you. We're going to do the same thing. Oh, and we're going to put them on maple syrup and bacon and a bunch of other shit. Go fuck yourself."
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's basically what I saw. So you see this is the only thing I really have off the top of my head to talk about. Did you see the new Bumblebee trailer?
No.
Nice. Moving on to absolutely.
I'm I went to see the first Transformers movie in the theater, the Michael Bay one,
Yep.
and I really enjoyed it. I went with all my friends, and we had a really good time. And then I went to see two. Sorry, I watched two at home and enjoyed it less. And then three was three the first one that didn't have Megan Fox.
I believe so. Dark of the Moon.
Yeah, with the old robot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jetfire with
so
his farting parachute.
yeah, where he gets the like the super sexy robot who's in his university or whatever. Starts that way. She's she's a girl and she looks really hot, and then they're making out, and then she has a tail.
Oh, okay.
I
I
think that's
completely forgot about that.
so I saw that one and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So then I caught the Mark Wahlberg one on Netflix, like the first
Yeah, there's two of
half of
those.
it. Um, and I at that about halfway through, I was like, okay, I'm done here.
Yeah. I keep watching them just because out of morbid curiosity more than anything else.
Yeah,
But Bumblebee looks halfway decent actually.
well, that's
The
good.
the robots actually look like Transformers for the most part. Bumblebee is still kind of his movie self, but he still looks more cartoony and like less messy. He just kind of he looks like a robot that turned into a car or a car that turned into a robot. He's got like all the bumper hood pieces of the Beetle for a chest, just
Oh,
like a
okay,
toy would normally have. But they also showed,
like a robot in disguise almost.
yeah, yeah, almost like that, which is nice for a change. Rather than a dumpster, he made into industrial art.
Yeah.
But they also showed who is apparently Starscream, and he actually looks like his G1 self for the most part. Even up to like the transformation, he's got like the head vents,
Cool.
so it's actually pretty awesome.
Well, hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, I hope so. It's definitely got some Iron Giant vibes going on.
It might. Iron Giant's a good movie. It might get.
Yeah.
It'll get the morbid curiosity watch for me on Netflix after it's been on there for
Um,
3 months, and I've watched everything else.
yeah, I usually just get them from the library, so I don't have to pay for them.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Thor Ragnarok's on Netflix Canada.
Yeah,
I watched it again today. It's my third viewing.
yeah, I want to watch it again, but I haven't. That movie
No
was really
problem.
good. Anyway, hey, Cartridge Fun in the chat. Sorry that was a bit delayed.
Yeah, I'm addicted to Ragnarok for sure.
Yeah, did you catch the musical cue from Willy Wonka when he was getting the tour
Oh, when he's in the
in the
no,
chair?
not the part where the thing's going really fast.
Yeah, where he's just kind of getting
Yeah,
the tour of the facility in the chair.
yeah, and they're like, and now you're gonna meet him now.
Yeah, the meet the
Yeah,
Grandmaster.
yeah, yeah.
All that
It's
stuff
yeah,
is
it's
great.
just like when they're in the tunnel.
Mm.
We're going
There was a
impossibly fast.
Yeah, but there was a musical cue from Willy Wonka in there. At least I thought I heard one.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. Did you see the Beta Ray Bill head on the building?
I did not.
Yeah, that is his appearance in the movie because they've got the Hulk's face and Beta Ray Bill, and there's two others I don't recognize.
Oh, as the combatants in the arena.
They're all they're former champions. They're carved onto his tower.
Yeah.
Like giant faces.
Okay, I must have missed that then.
You see it twice. The first time when Valkyrie's taking Thor to there, and then you see it again when he's breaking out. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Korg is the fucking best.
I agree up to a point, except for one major scene where he just would not stop talking, and he sucked the drama all just entirely out of that scene.
Oh, when
near the end,
like when Sargeras is fighting Hela.
When what?
When the Asgard's getting destroyed, and he's like, as long as the foundations are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no! There you go. They're all gone now.
That was fucking gone.
Yeah.
That just like, well, you blew it up, and you can't do that scene again. And though it was used as a moment of levity, good job, movie.
Yeah.
That was like one of the few instances where it's like they could have not done that, and it would have been substantially better.
Yeah, they could have gone for a heavier play there.
Yeah, because like you can't really do that twice.
No.
Yeah. The Marvel comedy is definitely hit or miss at times. Like a lot of it's great, but there are moments where
Loki's in the cell with them, and Thor's talking to him, and then Loki disappears, and he runs over, and he's like, "Get out of here, ghost!"
Yeah, that was good.
That's what Doug used to say. See you later, new Doug.
Yeah. That's not at all how that character is in the comics, but it still worked.
No, well, that's the thing. I loved Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk was great. And yeah, he's not like that at all. Like he's a serious, like he's almost like a Klingon. You know what I mean? He's very stoic and battle driven, and yeah, the movie did a good job.
Yeah. Chris in the chat is asking how long you're on vacation.
I go back to work June 18th, and I also have CBRN training on June 12th in the middle. That's just one day. That's chemical, biological, radioactive, nuclear, I think is what the letters stand for. They take us to a training facility and go over the steps on what to do if we're attacked with any of those things. And then they put us in a gas hut, and we have to go through the process of suiting up and putting on our mask and making sure we can survive.
Hey, Musty.
Hello.
Which sucks because it was supposed to be June 5th that I was doing that, but it got rescheduled for the one day of E3 that I'm fucking super excited for.
I
feel like I'm in a Blur music video there, Musty. What's going on?
Doing a bit of the tour going on.
Kinda. There's the screen.
Ah.
There's the projector.
Ah.
There's a little bit of my collection. What's that?
What resolution does the projector do?
1080. Which is okay.
Can you get 4K projectors?
Yes.
Are they really expensive?
Exist. They're more expensive than I want to pay for right now.
So next week.
And this is the room. This is the room. I'm in it.
Hey. Oh, I thought the other stuff was in the room.
No. So it's the projector and everything is out here. This is the basement. So like the stairs come down. Oh yeah, this is where all the implements go. All these wires.
Cool.
All of these are for all of the other zones in the house because they've got these.
Oh yeah, the speakers.
Like each of the bedrooms has one, maybe two. Yeah, they've got to have two. Yeah. And then down here, these are the surround. Would sit. Put like a sectional in this corner with these shelves are kind of nice. Those are nice and sturdy. But yeah, then this screen is like I'm standing, and this screen is.
Oh wow, that's that's massive.
It's a big screen. Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice projector. And, I need to get a surge protector in here to actually plug it in and everything right now, but it's all wired up, and he's got wires feeding back to here. So I got HDMI in, which I'll run through a splitter. I have my schematic and everything. But yeah, so the other room, the layer is back here.
So where are you putting your consoles?
In here.
In there with the 4K TV?
Well, that's I had some soul searching to do. I have decided that the 4K TV is going to go upstairs where more than just me can take advantage of it.
Do you have 4K television through your cable box?
We don't get cable.
Do you have 4K television? Do you have a 4K Blu-ray player?
That is my 4K Blu-ray player, yes. The Xbox One X is my 4K Blu-ray player.
Oh, so you're just going to put your Xbox One X up there?
Putting the Xbox up there, and if I want to play it down here, I will run it through my PC.
That sounds complicated.
Because I've got Windows 10 PC, and it's lag-free, is what everyone is saying to me. So
I'm sure it is.
Well, nominal. But yeah,
wow,
so what I will do is then the stuff that is in there, including the PC, I will run a splitter out that can feed the projector here. So I can run anything in that room with wireless controllers and sit here and play it on this screen. If I can pull it all off, it'll be nice.
All right, none of that's going to work. Within a month, you'll be telling us you bought another 4K TV for your games room.
Hey, maybe.
Well, more than likely.
It may actually work, because if I don't have a 4K TV in there, then I can always output 1080 across everything that I've got, which means that I don't need to worry about trying to have it set to allow for HDR and non-HDR.
Don't you have a PS4 Pro?
Yes.
So you're just not going to use any of its features?
I'll use it in speed mode or whatever the frame rate mode.
The super sampling or whatever it does.
That's true. It'll run. It still runs faster, even if it's.
Yeah.
But yeah. But then there were these big shelves. So these shelves were in that room, and I'm painting these white, and I'm going to put them back on the wall where they were. They were like.
Get it all taped up.
Yep. This room's all taped up, all the way around, even the closet.
Nice.
So I need to go upstairs, which is what I'm going to do while we hang out, and get my son's bedroom taped up. Those are the two rooms that we're going to paint tomorrow night. So, but yeah, go upstairs.
It's exciting times.
It is exciting times. But we still don't officially sleep here for another 2 weeks. So, but
that's good. Yeah, that month transition to.
Yeah, we're super happy that we did that. And at this rate, like, I brought over so much stuff yesterday, like 4 carloads. So it's like, I didn't pay for movers, but I basically am moving myself.
This is how I sleep now.
No one saw that. Musty was still on present.
Oh, gone now.
Yeah.
I was just showing you how I sleep now with the dogs.
that's been what's going on with me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And will probably be the same thing that the that second breakfast will be on Thursday. Is something along these lines.
So, did you take the week off work to get all this stuff done?
Nope. I took yesterday off work. That's it.
I would have for sure.
Well, I'm taking part of next week off, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I basically have to have that room set up downstairs so I can, because I would prefer to do all of the E3 shows from here, because better internet, less other devices, and less potential for distractions. That's kind of where I'm at. So that's what I would ideally like to have. But yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. My backyard. That's not going to work, is it?
Nope.
Nope. Too dark. Okay. Well, it's a nice backyard. I walked around with my shoes off for the first time in it.
Did you
That
vote
felt
today?
nice. Yes, I voted today.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. I see your sticker.
Oh, well. Hey, there's plenty of people who don't. I am not part of the problem. Where am I going to put this while I tape?
Either of you look at the Destiny 2 announcements today?
No.
Yeah, it's just another big expansion they're doing called Forsaken, which is appropriate given what the Destiny 2 audience has been through over the past year. But yeah, it's just like this new giant location that's like this prison planet that Cade had been filling up. And there's actually going to be some new enemy types now. They added a crossbow. There's a new mode that you might like, Sean, because it's a combination of PvP and PvE, but mostly PvE, where it's called Gambit mode. And you're basically fighting off enemies, from what I'm remembering of this mode, so you're fighting off enemies in waves and collecting these, I don't remember what they're called, tokens or whatever they're called. And you're filling them up in these chambers as you go. And it drops, like, there's two teams going at the same time in different areas.
I read this thing.
Okay.
For your discussion.
Yeah. But for the sake of the stream, like, you fill up this thing and
oh, right, these are the people.
Yeah. Internet.
I also missed out on it too.
Yeah, it's you fill up this basically tank that's going to, when it's filled up, drop this massive enemy over to the other team. You're basically competing. It's kind of like how a competitive game like Puyo Puyo works. You get a certain number of points and then it drops blocks on your enemy's side so they can't progress as easily. And they have to beat this giant enemy before they can start collecting more drops to send them to you. And a portal opens up where one member of your team can go over and invade the other team to try and slow them down. And then it just culminates in this big boss fight. But it sounds like an interesting mode.
Yeah, I don't think that's not just Puyo Puyo. Tetris does that too, and Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, so I just went with that one because that's the only one I could remember actually did that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Now I'm questioning whether or not Tetris does it. I know Dr. Mario definitely does.
There are definitely versions of Tetris that do that.
Yeah, there are versions of it. Yes.
But it's interesting that uses that kind of puzzle element for the versus mode.
That sounds neat. I might enjoy it.
Yeah. That would imply enjoying Destiny 2, which is more difficult than not nowadays.
Yeah.
Did it go downhill or something after we kind of through it at the beginning of the year? Or?
Yeah, I mean, like, there are features and improvements that they've done for the general just general experience outside of the expansions, it used to be locked off, but now everyone gets it. But in the 2 expansions, it's just a kind of a clusterfuck. Because Curse of Osiris, you go through the same map over and over essentially, and it's kind of like this virtual thing. Like it's the I think it's called the Infinite Forest or something like that. But it's basically this simulation area where you run like different scenarios for different enemies to fight. But I think the Vex are running it, so they like run war simulations. So you're running through that, which looks really cool at first, but then you see it for the 400th time, and it's not as interesting. And the main guy, Osiris, I can't tell what accent he's trying to do because he changes it every 5 seconds. And it's really a generic story. And it ends with like you have the adventures, and there's only like 3 or 4 in each of these expansions. And once you finish them, then it culminates and you have to do another one of the same 3, but on hard mode. That's your end game content.
Oh.
Lame.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No. And you get the areas, but once you finish all that, it's just like, there's nothing to do here anymore, unless you want to run that very specific Flashpoint public event, which the one on Mercury is the planet for Curse of Osiris. That one's pretty fun, but that's the only like legitimately good thing in that entire expansion.
That sucks.
And Warmind is actually worse, because it's just like there's more stuff to do, but it's really grindy stuff. Like the map is bigger, but the story is even more generic. You're going after this big major threat called Zol, and it's like I spent the entire campaign playing with BCOM, and we just kept making Ghostbusters jokes. And at one point, I think not Zur, Zavala, I think he legitimately says Zool at one point, and no one caught it.
Nice.
And Zol ends up being just this giant worm that you fight, and it's a really slow and boring boss fight.
They should have made you fight Stay Puft.
Would have been more interesting.
They could have made a good Keymaster reference or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just the area is generic, the characters are generic, and once you hit the end game of that, again, it's like grind stuff. Like it gives you little bounties to do essentially, instead of just making you run the one.
Sort of the curse of MMOs, though. That's get to end game, and Warcraft was good because it had a variety of raids you could run, but it didn't start that way. Like it had Onyxia and Molten Core, and I think that was it.
The problem is this is their second game.
Yeah.
They already did all this stuff, and now they're making all the same mistakes again.
Yeah.
And there is one cool mode in Warmind, which is the second DLC. I don't know if I said that. But it's like this extraction point thing. I don't remember why it's called that, but it's these pillars that are around the map, and you can start any of them, and it starts a wave thing of enemies you have to defeat, and you then just go to the next pillar and start it up, and you do another wave. You do as many of those as you can survive. The problem, though, is they made it harder to level up your light level so that you don't like reach max level immediately. But the problem is, once you've beaten this campaign, now you're still too low of a level to do that. So you have to run the raids, you have to do PvP and get bonus gear and just beef yourself up a lot and then come back.
Right.
Which, if you're not interested in doing that, you're done.
Yeah.
And you can't enjoy that mode because it's like on average, you probably end up around 320, 340 light, maybe, by the time you finish the story in that and all the side missions. The bare minimum requirement is 370.
Oh,
for round one. And you don't get any rewards for finishing any rounds until you finish the 5th.
Oh. So it's grind on the raids, do a round, grind on the raids, do a round. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of crap. Especially since it's like this massive attack. And you can still only do 3 party members in your fire team. And it's designed for up to like 9 people. But you can only bring in 3. So unless a bunch of randoms are hanging around that are willing to do it and are at the right level, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Man, if only Bungie went back to just making single-player campaigns with a normal multiplayer on it.
Or learned literally anything from going through the same crap with the previous game. But when Destiny 1 became good was when the big fall expansion for Year 2 came out, which was Taken King. So that's what this is for this game. Hopefully we'll do the same thing.
Bungie presents Halo 6.
That would be good.
It's not going to happen.
Nope.
Not a chance. At least it's not a battle royale mode.
At least that would add some variety to it.
So it's just funny you bring that up. I want to comment on that because I heard somebody, I can't remember who it was that was talking about it, because they made that exact joke about how, oh, VR is everything now. But you don't hear people make the same joke when somebody adds capture the flag. And why not?
Because it's not.
Just
every game on the planet isn't literally copying it right now.
But most multiplayer games already have it.
At some point, they've all decided to add capture the flag to their game as a multiplayer mode, right?
Yeah. But the difference with capture the flag and that are Battle Royale is this massive map that you have to make, usually from scratch, and it's 100 people, and you're going down to 1. No other mode in any of these games functions that way. But capture the flag you can add to any map with waypoints, with the same number of players.
Okay.
And entire games aren't being launched with that as the whole premise.
Yeah. And
so that's the
maybe Unreal Tournament, but that's about all.
Yeah.
So that's the caveat is that we have games where it's not like this is. So one of the, I think it was GameScoop, made a comment that they thought, I'm going to ride this Halo train for a second here. Mm-hmm. They thought Halo 6 was not coming this year because Halo 5 is apparently doing very well in the multiplayer realm right now. But that they would add a BR mode to Halo 5 multiplayer.
They said that on the kind of funny E3 predictions episode.
They said that there too? Because they said it on GameScoop. I didn't listen to kind of funny. So
and instead of a closing in storm, that it would be the flood, and that as it closes in on you, they just overwhelm you, and that's why you have to keep moving towards the center.
Ooh, I don't know that I would play the mode, but that's an interesting implementation. If that's
it's just the same thing. Instead of lightning, it's aliens.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, it's some kind of encroaching danger. But they said that that's the way that you could still, because if they try to build a VR mode for next year, it may be too late. In fact, it probably will be too late.
What I think would be cool, I wouldn't play it, but it would be fun, is a Halo Battle Royale mode. You're all Space Marines, but instead of fighting each other, you're just fighting against a non-stop wave after wave after wave of overwhelming numbers of the flood, and the winner is the last person surviving. So the winner isn't the person who kills all the other people, it's whoever lives the longest against just immeasurable numbers of enemies.
But it's
like you could do an aliens versus Marines, like a colonial aliens versus alien, like the aliens.
Yep.
And just have it be wave after wave of aliens, xenomorphs coming at you, and 50 or 30 or however many Marines, 100 Marines, if that's the number that they have to have, fighting instead of against each other together, trying to hold them off as long as they can, and the ones who live the longest, person who lives the longest is the one who wins. And even then, you
Creeps,
just shrink down.
Yeah, so it's a little bit like Firefight, like Musty said, but it's also kind of like the infection mode, but
I have no
without
idea
the
what. I have no idea what either of those things are.
So infection is what was the didn't Battlefront do the Ewok thing?
Yeah, they did the Ewok version of it, where
which was the same concept.
Yeah, which is awesome, but I never got to play it though. Which sucked. But infection is essentially it's Spartans versus Flood, and a certain number of players start on each team, and every time the Flood kills somebody, that person respawns as a Flood and starts against the survivors, and it goes until the last man standing.
Oh, so there you have it. It exists already.
Essentially, except it's only like 6 players.
The difference is that it's you have a field of like 12 people, and then the it gets progressively. There's progressive. It's called infection for a reason, right? You die, if you die in the game, you die for real.
Well, then all they're gonna do is up the number of people.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it already exists.
Yeah. And the Battlefront version was Ewoks and Stormtroopers, and every time an Ewok kills a Stormtrooper, they spawn as an Ewok and start killing more people, and it's on Endor at night.
Nice.
So eventually there's just a ton of Ewoks.
Yeah, which is amazing. I wish that was a permanent mode so I could go back and play it.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad. I think that will be fun. Just up the number of Spartans, like. Instead of 6, have it be 24, or 100, or.
Mm-hmm. 100 is tough, and I think that's going to be. It's interesting. I don't mean to go on this like BR kick for a while, but
everybody else is. We might as well.
Sure, we can talk about it for a little bit.
Call of Duty's canceling single player modes for it.
Right. Well, I mean, their numbers say nobody plays them, so why? We were talking about why put money toward a mode that people aren't going to do or aren't going to play, and if only 7% of people finish multiplayer or finish single player, I wouldn't waste time making it, right? Like,
yeah, problem being they were
a lot of people,
and they decided to can it partway through.
No, that's the thing that we don't totally know that that's what happened, right? Or maybe it just wasn't coming together.
That's just what I heard about it.
When did they release the numbers?
Like how many players there will be?
No, that only 7% of people finish their campaign.
It's probably
it's the achievement.
Yeah, it's the achievement
for
completed the campaign.
If you go completion on any difficulty, I think it was like 7% of total people that play it.
And I think you can just view that on anyone's profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just go view trophies or achievements, and it'll say this achievement, such percent of people unlocked this that played the game.
Yeah, but just because people aren't finishing it doesn't mean they're not playing it.
That's people. Yeah, I mean that's just people who. So that's 7% of anyone who has loaded up the game at some point. Every person who fires up COD Blops goes in the denominator there, right? That's
what was the last one called?
COD Blops 3.
Was that the last? Like that was last year's Call of Duty?
No, World War II was last year's.
Yeah,
but this is Treyarch, right? Treyarch's last one would have been Black Ops 3. But like any of your achievements, when you complete them, you get that little. It shows you a percentage of how many have finished it.
Yeah. Musty, do you remember what the name of the last mission is in Battlefront 2? I'm just looking at that for that percentage.
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, I'll just look it up. If it's I think Project Resurrection was the bonus mode or bonus story. Either way, the top one I have here is like 20%, And a couple of them have 22 and 23% for campaign completion.
That's the tricky thing. It's like, is it people who have tried? Like, it's not people who have tried single player and taken it all the way to the end. It's just people who have ever loaded Call of Duty or ever loaded the game.
Yeah, total amount of players, regardless of mode.
Yeah.
For
So all of those multiplayers, those people who just exclusively play multiplayer are pushing that number down. But that's the point, right? If those people aren't even touching single player, it'd be interesting to see like a tutorial level for single player and see what percentage of people even do that.
So they sold 26 million copies of Black Ops 3. 7% is 2 million copies. So they're potentially just going to give away 2 million copies?
Yes, but how many more players are they going to bring in Battle Royale considering the popularity of that mode right now?
Yeah, but there's no reason that you couldn't have done both.
That's a fair point, but just from the business decision, and maybe the campaign wasn't going well in development, and that's, I think, why I heard that they canceled it partway through.
And if I'm being, I don't think those worlds overlap. There's a reason Fortnite is the most popular game on the planet, and it's not because it's Battle Royale. It's because it's free and it's on everything.
That's part of it. PUBG did really well though, and that was paid.
PUBG did really well until Fortnite switched over to Battle Royale.
Yeah, fair enough.
PUBG is floundering now because because you got to pay for it.
Yeah. You have to pay for it, and that makes it not as popular. Fortnite and you can't they're playing Fortnite on cell phones at recess. You know what I mean? At school, it's literally everywhere. It'll be on Switch in a week. It's.
Could you imagine what is going to happen when that happens?
The online infrastructure won't be able to support 100 people all playing the game at the same time. But Fortnite's going to launch on Switch with just the single player, just the PvE mode, and it's going to make people angry instead of make them happy, and it'll be one more reason not to port third-party games over to a fucking console for Nintendo. I don't think the Call of Duty crowd transfers as quickly. I think they're two different worlds. I think the people that play Call of Duty die hard just want to play Call of Duty Die Hard the way they've played it for the last 10 years, 15 years. I think people who buy the game for the story mode, for the single player mode, won't buy it now, so they will lose sales. And I don't think that they're going to lose 2 million in sales hypothetically to people that can't play it. So if you're playing to completion, you're playing because you want to play it. Well, there's no single player. There's no reason for those people to buy it. Sure, they might also play multiplayer. But if I was a person who enjoyed and played the single player, and now you told me I had to pay $60 for a game that when you shut your servers down, I'm never going to get to play again. It's all done. And the highlight for me is that I can play a mode that's already done better for free. I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. I do not think the sales for Call of Duty. I think this will be the first year that Call of Duty is not the best-selling game in the world.
That's definitely possible, but I'm just pulling up different games, for example, and Halo 5 would be another popular one, and with a campaign. And the completion on normal is 25.18%. Just as a number comparison. I don't know how many copies that sold. But
it's also on Game Pass. So
that's true.
Which means anyone who's downloaded it and loaded it one time.
Yeah, that's true. But even still, at 25% at that with that inflation, that's much more impressive, though.
Yeah, that is.
Which Call of Duty was it that had the 7? Was it Black Ops 3?
That's what I thought.
Can you bring it up, Fitnet?
I don't. I'm not sure I have anyone on Xbox that has played it. But it's all hypothetical with what is going to happen with the Battle Royale mode in that game. But theoretically, just the business sense reason for going with that over the single player, when they see those numbers, and then see what numbers the Battle Royale games are doing, they could see like resources that it would take to make the single player versus resources it would take to make a battle royale mode versus how many sales those could potentially create. So they can the single player campaign instead of putting the resources into finishing it, because battle royale is really popular right now, could give them the same amount of sales as single player, if not more. It's the potential of it, I think, more than this is exactly how that's going to translate. You know what I mean?
Yep. I know why they would do it. I think it's going to bite them in the ass.
It's definitely possible, but we don't know because it's still fairly new. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, if I want it to bite them in the ass, or if I want it to do well, because Call of Duty doesn't really appeal to me that much.
Right. Do you know what that achievement's called, Musty?
I do not, but hold on. I'm using the top shelf of the closet here.
I want Drew achievements. And you also have to consider that Xbox achievements won't include PlayStation. And does it include Windows?
Mm-hmm. But Call of Duty is a lot of an Xbox audience, I would think. Or at least it gives you an idea of a potential number.
Just ask Warhawk how good it was to go with no single player.
Yeah. I discovered that was multiplayer only last week after I bought it.
Did you?
Yep. It was only like $3. It doesn't matter. I think you can play with bots, so I'll probably play a little bit of it still.
That's realistic.
I'm on TrueAchievements.
I found it. Yeah, I found it. It's called Another Side of the Story. Now, this is only for True Achievement gamers, though.
Mm-hmm.
And the ratio for complete the campaign on any difficulty
32%.
32%, yeah. Complete the campaign on realistic is 5%. Again,
right.
These are the people who are trophy, for lack of a better term, achievement hunters and trophy hunters. Really, like, I used to go on to true achievements for a while, and then I started to question what was my motivation for playing Kung Fu Panda 2. And
was it not high?
Wait, what's that?
Was it not the right reasons?
It was just for the purpose of getting easy achievement points. I mean, I played that Avatar game for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I got everything out of it that I wanted to get out of it.
Call of Duty World War II on Xbox, the complete the campaign achievement is 22.46%.
See, that still seems like a decent number to me.
Yeah. Almost a quarter of the players are finishing the campaign.
Yeah, so now you're looking at...
But we're also looking at, that is a 5 to 6 hour experience, right?
Yeah, and maybe not all of those people bought it for the single-player campaign, but played it just as something to do when their friends weren't online.
But now you're looking at 7 million people instead of 2. You know what I mean? That's 7 million people who potentially don't buy the game now. You're putting a lot of faith in whether or not people are going to spend $60 to play a mode they can play for free.
Yeah, but people that already like Call of Duty, that are interested in diving into Battle Royale,
you'll get the Call of Duty fans who only want to play Call of Duty multiplayer. You'll get them because that still exists.
Yeah.
But anybody who bought it for the single player and then played the multiplayer, that's another thing that could happen. A lot of people, or there could be people who would have bought it for single player, tried multiplayer, sucked, but because they were there sucking, the people who need to be good at multiplayer for Call of Duty felt better because they were killing these people who sucked, and now they won't have that pool to kill, and they won't be like the cycle won't be complete. You know what I mean? Now they'll just be going against other people who are good, and they won't be as happy, and they'll quit. I think it's a. I mean, I don't fucking run a business. I don't run a games company. I don't know anything, but I don't think it's a smart move because one game, especially where Fortnite is having the popularity it's having and is free. If Fortnite was a $60 game, sure, but it's fucking free. It's always like you can't compete with free by offering skins for your gun.
Part of me wants to play that actual single player campaign so that whenever somebody says that they play Fortnite, I can ask them, what did you think of this, and this, and have them look at me dumbfounded just for fun. I think that'd be like, oh.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a lull there.
LOL.
all good.
Funny.
Side note: the single player Fortnite's a little,
It was dead in the water, right? Like coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
It was not much to it.
Single player for which game?
Fortnite.
There's single player in Fortnite?
Yeah.
It launched as a PvE mode.
It's a fort building one. Like you go out during the day, you gather resources, you build up your fort at night, and then it's horde mode.
Huh. No wonder I didn't want to play that.
You're usually trying to protect something. You're like building a fort around it, and waves of zombies come. It's okay a couple times, but it gets
it was
kind of
the
boring.
Xbox press conference a couple of years ago. Like it was Cliffy B came out on stage, and it was like a big deal that he was out there talking about it.
It seems more fun to play in co-op, that particular mode.
I can see that. Most horde modes are like no one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's very many people, unless you're doing like VR wave shooters. There seem to be more and more of those popping up lately. Horde mode, firefight in Halo, all of that. It's best. It's best if you can coordinate with a team. I hope this is picking. Okay, just picking up my audio.
Yeah.
Oh, Firefight's so good.
I love Firefight. Firefight's a great mode.
Yeah.
What was the score attack mode
Agree.
that Halo had? That was kind of like just that, but by yourself.
So there was campaign scoring.
Yeah, but there was just like where you could just go into a map and it would spawn waves for you.
It was still just. I thought it was still Firefight. It was just.
Maybe.
Pretty sure it was. That was with the ODST. Is where that sort of
started.
Birth. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mostly played it in Reach, I believe.
So good.
Halo 4 had that Spartan Ops mode. And that one was like, there was like story-ish stuff.
Yeah, I liked Spartan Ops quite a bit. Just it never felt too urgent because he would always respawn unlimited. So I was kind of a little bit issue with that. But fun. Either Musty got robbed or he is in his new house.
Why can't it be both?
He moved and he got robbed.
Yeah. Well, so what color are you painting the boys' room?
I should grab the paint color. It's called Blue China. Let me get this strip down.
Just a pink color name that sounds like a porno?
What? China with an I.
Oh.
Okay, the pink color in my room is Urban Sunrise.
Sounds like breakfast at Denny's.
Which is the upcoming sequel to Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
That's why he chose it.
That's right. Here, I'll go find it.
Oh, did IHOP reveal their new name today? Was that supposed to be today?
IHOB. Hold on.
IHOP.
Look at this. Ooh.
Are you on a ladder?
Ooh.
No, I'm on the stairs.
That's dangerous.
Careful.
We got this. Well, yes, I'm going here. I'm holding the railing. See.
Yeah,
here,
you got a cool shelf there.
for the world to see. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
Yeah. No, we got
Musty's
this.
going to invite over for housewarming.
This ceiling is way high, and there's that nice shelf, and there's those speakers I was talking about up there.
That's how you know how you feel standing into that ceiling. That's how regular people feel in others in normal ceilings.
Okay. The color is this.
Oh, that's nice.
Table shaken. Sorry. There you go. That. His room is west facing, so we'll get he will get a ton of light in there. So that's why we went with something that wasn't too light. Otherwise, it'd be like blinding to be in there during the day.
Right.
If it's blue china, it shouldn't be facing east or something.
Far. Very far east.
Far east. That was a bad one.
Fit now, is that you? So yeah. No. Let me get these. Ooh.
The fuck are those?
They left them with the house. They're like Japanese paper lantern.
Were they used in like a horrible murder? That
I don't know.
That's how horror movies start. That right there. That is how horror movies start. No, they left these cool old Japanese lanterns with the house. Next thing you know, you're gonna be pulling your hair out in clumps.
Yeah.
In your attic.
Yeah, it's like
They're possessed.
it's like Japanese lanterns mixed with like something like the baby carousel things.
Yeah. No, there's no way all of that shit would be coming down. That would all be gone.
Even creepier when they're floating around at night.
Yeah, you take your bad juju lanterns with you, lady.
Don't do that. You got me thinking now.
I'm just saying. I've seen The Grudge.
She's gonna be holding one after you got him thinking about that.
I'm gonna text Kate and tell her to randomly have those, put them in different rooms, but not say anything.
Well, the thing is, like, there's
When he
holes,
wakes up,
there's
it's just
holes
a-
in the ceiling. There's holes in the ceiling where these definitely were prior. These were in this room, which is now going to be the boys' room. So
Yeah, they were in there, and the kid who lived there before was like, "Mommy, how come every time I wake up I see the little Japanese boy?" So they moved him out.
And that's how he was able to get the house.
Yeah, that's right.
that's right. That's right. I got this nice little deal here.
Ooh, TV mount. That's not.
Yeah,
awesome.
for
That.
this is the ghost of Mitsubishi, right?
Yeah.
And then this thing, which I think is meant to hold a cable box or something.
Yeah, you put a piece of glass on it. It's your shelf for your box or your PlayStation or whatever.
Don't tell me where to put my box. Box.
Nor his PlayStation.
Is that like a common thing for people to leave window treatments?
No, it's not. Like these ones up in the front, these things are huge. Like I was blown away by the fact that they left all these drapes.
Almost like they got out in a hurry.
Stop it.
Yeah.
They've been out since Easter.
And they
Have you checked under the floorboard?
And they haven't been heard from since.
Oh, but they're still there.
Yes.
Check the crawl
They're
space.
still
Yeah. They've been gone since Easter, but they're still there.
there.
I got pickups.
Got any creaky floorboards?
I'm texting her right now. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for the mystery of the lanterns.
Yeah, I think we've been seeing your pickups for the last half an hour now, Musty.
Oh, but I got actual stuff you guys might care about.
Okay. So you want to go first, I assume.
Sure.
There you go.
I went by the little place that's right across the street from my work and found some Genesis titles. Evander Holyfield, Real Deal Boxing. Best of the Best Championship Karate. And a very nice copy of Columns.
Good old Columns.
Good old Columns. We went to my wife's hometown. We had two kid birthday parties this weekend, and so she's always using Goodwill as leverage to get me to come along, and I agreed. I played nice, and their Goodwill had a copy of this, which I thought was appropriate. I looked up the review, and it was kind of meh, but the style looks good. It looks like it would. The thing that they were saying is just it's kind of not necessarily kid. Like the kid level of skill to complete is a little bit more than just like a Lego game, right? There's some puzzles and stuff that might be more difficult. And today I went to Goodwill on my way home because I had a big bin of old clothes and stuff to get rid of, and they had the PS3i and the navigation controller.
Oh, nice!
In a little bundle. So I grabbed it since my Move controllers can work. My Move controller should be able to work with the PS3 as well. So, I don't know what uses this.
Wonderbucks.
Do you have the Move controllers from the original release of Move controllers, or did you pay the inflated price for them?
They were in my bundle.
Okay, you got the inflated price ones.
Yeah, unfortunately.
EB Games had them for $17 a pair on like the Monday, and then the day that PSVR came out, they went up to I think it was like $70 a pair.
Of course.
That
it was good. Like the guys at EB Games were telling me, they're like, if you're buying a PSVR, buy these today. And it's literally the same ones. There's no difference.
Yeah.
So aside from the house, I have one other thing.
Yep.
This is sealed. I am shocked that it is sealed, and it still has. I'll show you that. It still has the
shipping
Xbox seal down on the bottom there. It's this. The Ultimate Rapture Edition with BioShock 1 and 2 and some bonus content, which I'm sure may have expired by this point.
And both of those are backwards compatible.
They are, right?
Yeah.
Have you not played BioShock?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have played both of these games, but a sealed copy for under $6.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know that I have. I don't think I have copies. I think I have a PS3 copy of BioShock, but I don't have a copy of BioShock 2. So this serves the need, aside from being in immaculate shape. So
yeah. So that was everything?
Excellent.
That is, yes. That's everything. Yay.
Okay. I have some Genesis games as well, so I'll continue on from there. I won't start with them just because I'll get the non-video game stuff out of the way first. But I found, starting with books, only a few. I found the comic novel Fantastic Four: Redemption of the Silver Surfer, which I've never heard of. This is just a normal novel. It's not like anything from the actual comics or anything. But I always find these interesting. They're just random comic book type novels and novelizations, so I pick those up whenever I find them. And on the Star Wars front, I found one of the Star Wars Jedi Quest Junior Reader books, number 3. There are a billion of these, so I figure I'll just start picking them up whenever I find them. And 2 regular adult novels from that series that I needed to complete. A couple sets were Spectre of the Past, which is part of the Hand of Thrawn duology. I had Visions of the Future, which is the second book, so I couldn't read it. So now I have the first one and can read that. And on the same kind of theme, Darth Bane, Path of Destruction, the first book of that trilogy, which I had the second and third books of. So now I can actually start reading these. And
Darth Bane.
Yeah. Side note, I showed Killzone 3 last week. I mentioned on the Discord that it had the wrong disc in it. It was Killzone 3, but it was the Trilogy Edition disc, not the regular version disc. So I went and I picked that up, the regular disc that was supposed to be in there. Used that opportunity to go see Infinity War, because it's across the street from the theater. But I figured I'd do that at the same time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have really bothered, because it's not worth doing that just for a $4 gem. It would cost more in the bus fee. But last thing I found that wasn't gaming was I actually got a thrift bot. I found Beast Wars Dirge. Not Dirge. What the hell am I saying? Depth Charge. It literally says Depth Charge on the part I was looking at. But yeah, this is a character that I feel like I always saw this toy and never was able to get him, but kind of wanted them as a kid. So it was cool to find them this way. It was only $6 and it's pretty much completed except for the accessories, but there's no like missing pieces or anything. So that was pretty cool to find.
Good for displays.
Yeah, it's an ultra class figure. This little area is like you shot out little discs, and obviously those are all gone. And part of his tail is missing because it was also the sword. But other than that, he's not missing any limbs or anything. So
can you transform him for us?
No. I can transform him. It would just take freaking forever, so I'm not going to do that.
Practice up.
But yeah, on video games, I mentioned this on the Discord, so I'll start with it. I got Adventure. And this is mostly just because I knew it went up in price, and it was only $5, so I figured if anyone was looking for it, I could just pass the deal along, rather than having people pay the inflated price right now. So if anyone's looking for it. But for Genesis,
Chris Roberts might be, now that I think about it.
Actually, I'll show this first. I got, and this is the best game out of the entire lot, for gameplay value, I got 1943 on NES.
Nice.
$10 was a bit much, but it wasn't that. It was still lower than what it goes for, Canadian, so I figured, what the hell, I wanted to play this, so that wasn't too bad. And onto the Genesis games, I just got 2 of them. Got The Lion King, which this game is, yes, it is absolute hell. That game is terrible.
It's not terrible.
You don't know how to play it starting with level 2.
What are you talking about?
The platforming mechanics are iffy to figure out, and with the monkeys you have to change it. It's just kind of really illogical if you're not used to the game already. And it's just kind of
if you forget playing on the next stream, you play that Lion King game.
Yeah.
I always had more trouble with the ostrich running level.
That is level 2.
No, that's level 3.
No, it's level 2.
Oh, the back half of level 2?
Yeah, it's the back half of level 2. After the I just can't wait to be king, whatever level. Where you're jumping on the giraffes and everything. God,
the giraffe jumping I never had a problem with. It was that last stretch of it was just not being able to easily practice that.
Yeah, it's an annoying game. Anyway, the last and best in terms of value find that I got was a game I have never heard of, Troubleshooter. Is anyone familiar with this at all?
That's Renovation, isn't it?
Victokai.
Oh, it's Victokai.
Yeah, but there's the top.
Did you just call it a renovation?
Renovation game. Shooters.
But
Renovation was like compile or treasure. Renovation was known for their.
Sorry, you're just in the house doing renovations, and I thought.
Okay. Anyway, this
You could
is
be talking about
apparently
anything.
yeah. This is apparently a fairly obscure shooter, and it's worth like $40 loose. So finding that for $5 is pretty good.
Nice.
I wonder if the Sega master himself, who just signed in, knows anything about it.
Eric is nodding no.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, hi. I've never heard of that game.
I'm super bummed out, Eric. I thought you were wearing suspenders at first, and now I realize it's just a pattern on your shirt.
Yeah, my daughter calls it that too. I never thought that it was she calls it my overalls shirt, which I just thought it was a nice shirt.
No, it is a nice shirt. I just thought you were wearing suspenders, and I think that would have been hip. But
Well, next week as the weather wears on, I'll just wear suspenders.
solid.
No shirt, just suspenders.
Just suspended.
Yep. I think everybody will enjoy that.
Yeah, it'll be the busiest hangout ever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kyle, you have pickups or Sean?
Oh shoot. Well, I'm back in my game room, as you can see. Really, the only thing I got are these. Oh boy, it's gonna be weird at this angle, but these arcade games from Walmart.
Oh, nice.
They're actually pretty solid. Yeah, I was gonna do a couple of videos on them on the channel. I'll finally do something, but
Yeah, please do.
yeah, definitely.
Packaging on that's really cool.
Yeah, they actually play out pretty well. They seem like they're more like the NES versions of those games. So
Are they
I got that.
exclusive to Walmart?
I'm not sure if they're exclusive. I haven't seen them anywhere else. So
Okay.
I got this Double Dragon plug and play, which is just right here because I'm literally trying it out. So, and I'm
Is
not a
it-
huge Double Dragon fan, but
Which version of Double Dragon is it?
I believe it's the NES version as well.
Oh, come on.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, that's my pickups.
Nice.
Yeah. Probably do a couple videos on them just to show them off.
So do you have anything, Sean?
No, I got a couple games like a week and a half ago, but I already tweeted those. Today I just got protective cases for my electronics and a new tripod. Oh, Shadow picked up a Pac-Man bandage.
Oh,
Poor thing.
And that's I guess that's it.
hopefully the dog's doing well.
Yeah, so when she went for her first bandage change, they said everything looked like it was going okay. Dog's paws, if you look at their paws, their toes are bent. There's two sets of tendons in there, superficial and can't remember what the other ones are called. And when she cut her paw, it cut through both sets. So if a dog's tendons are cut, their toes stick straight out and actually curl up at the end of it, because when they put their weight on their paw, the toes, it's like when you put your hand flat down on the desk. So their toes go out and curl up a bit at the end. They can still walk like that. It just can cause like a limp, or sometimes they'll favor that foot. But it looked, the vet said that it looked as if all of hers were bent properly, which potentially indicates that the vet at the emergency clinic was able to reconnect, if not all of the tendons, then at least the major ones. So now we just have to hope that the stitches hold and it heals properly. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for tendons to heal. So we go back every 2 days to get the bandage changed.
That's a rough one.
Yep. Friday was a hard day because we have this private park we take them to, but Friday was really like warm here. It was like 25 degrees Celsius, and it was too warm for them. So I wanted to take them for a swim because Shadow loves swimming. So we went up to there's a lake that we live close by, and there's a big hill that you walk down to get to it where you can park, and that's where we went. I should have known better because I know that scumbag teenagers drink there on the weekends. We've been up there a million times, Like, it's where I used to walk them before we started going to the park that we're at now. So I don't know. Anyway, she cut herself up there. I probably shouldn't have driven. I was driving out to the emergency vet because our vet was closed, and I was doing like 120 kilometers in an 80-kilometer zone, and there was a police officer behind me, and I think the only reason he didn't pull me over was because he saw me turn in to the animal, the emergency clinic. But yeah, it was a shitty day.
Getting pulled over would have added to that experience.
I wouldn't have stopped, in all honesty, if he had put his light, because she was bleeding like bad. It was all over the place. I would have just kept driving. He pulled up behind me when I was on the main stretch of road, and then I was like 2 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes from the place. I would have just driven there and then explained to him afterwards.
Yeah.
We get some leeway where we are military, so that combined with the bleeding out dog hopefully would have been enough. Yeah.
One would hope.
Yeah. Frustrating.
Box says kitchen and there's no kitchen stuff in it.
But it could have been worse. I could have bought a house that's haunted by the ghosts of Japanese children. So there's that.
Only one of us did that.
That's right.
There's a big question mark over Eric's head.
Yeah. Oh, Eric, have you not seen the traditional Japanese death lanterns that were left in Musty's house?
No.
They're not
I assumed you were talking about Musty, but I had no idea what
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm taking the tour again. Ooh, high ceilings.
Wow.
Yeah. Perfect spot for ghosts to critter upside down.
God.
Yeah. Japanese horror is messed up.
Yeah.
I'm not plugging in any TVs. No TVs in this place.
I mean, at least they're not in the same room as the access to the attic.
Hold on.
What do you mean?
If you rewind the video now, you'll see a shadow figure in the hallway. He was just.
Yeah, there's these.
Those are death lanterns.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Traditional Japanese funeral lanterns. It's in Japan when somebody passes away. It's customary for the loved ones to bring paper lanterns decorated with the art of or with images that the person loved when they were alive. These clearly
Our children. Oh God.
So hold on. So you would think that these worms have their mouths open, but that's a tooth. These are vampiric worms.
Are they worms or snakes?
Yeah, it makes sense.
They're segmented, so they are worms.
Oh, okay.
Can't argue with that.
And these frogs have no arms, or they
Yeah.
have no legs.
Let's hope
None
the
of them
ghosts
do.
have both.
That's right. Well, they float. They don't need to walk.
Wow.
Will you float too?
But they left all the drapes. I'm not unhappy about that.
Down here, Musty, we all float.
Yeah, nothing in this room.
Poor Mr.
Whose room will that become?
That is the
yeah,
guest room.
Lock it off. Is going to board it up.
Yeah. Okay.
That is that's the guest room.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
transformed that stupid figure. I can't figure out how to get these to set right now, but yeah, this thing's pretty massive.
What is it?
It's
The
supposed to be
manta.
like, yeah, manta ray.
Oh, okay.
And it's from Transmetals, so that's why the shiny.
Gotcha.
Beast Wars was weird.
Eric, congrats on your 7 months sober from Amiibo purchases.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh crap!
Yeah. No, I was bored at work, and I'm like, I should tweet something out.
So when I'm in Europe, do you want me to keep an eye out for any, or?
I don't know. Possibly.
Would that even work for you? 'Cause yours boxed, don't you?
Yeah. I have I'd only want it complete in box.
They have different packaging over there, though.
So yeah, then probably not.
Hey, Ryan.
Thanks, though.
Yeah, no problem.
Ryan.
Rocket sauce.
What up?
We just got done with pickups.
Oh, I can go real quick because I got mine right here.
Okay.
I love your Captain American Avengers poster.
Thank you. The arcade panel, side panel,
Oh, so
the turtles one right here in it. So, Rampage poster autographed by Brian Collin, the creator of Rampage.
You will be the one escaping.
Yep. So the Carney had his 20% off sale going this weekend. He had a bunch of stuff come in. I missed out on the number one thing I was looking for. Some guy got there an hour before the store opened. He was like the first guy in the door, and he bought a Power Stone. That was for the Dreamcast. That was pretty minty. So I missed out on. And he picked up probably about 10 other Dreamcast games that I missed out on. So no Dreamcast this pickup for me, but I did pick up some couple of things that I was looking for. So I got a Advance Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Oh, let me get that. Come on, focus.
We got it.
Okay. I picked up Darkstalkers Chronicles for the PSP, which plays pretty damn good on the PSP. Complete. I know it's in my PSP at the moment, but it is complete.
Nice.
Yeah, I was going to warn you there. It's not quite as complete as you think. But
yeah.
Hardy.
Okay.
And then I also picked up Fighters Megamix for the Saturn, which is
nice.
Which essentially it's got like virtual fighter characters, fighting Vipers. I know you can fight as the Daytona USA car in this game, so pretty wacky.
Yeah, I've been looking.
Pretty wacky. And then I found this at the thrift store yesterday. It's a monster, or ghost, if you will, but it's from the real Ghostbusters cartoon. It's plastic kind of hardened over the years because you used to be able to just push back on this and it would shoot the eyeball out. It's not as easy to do it on this one anymore, but at least it's clean and it's all, So have another toy back from my childhood. I did have this one as a kid, so this is another one back from my childhood. So that's it.
Cool.
Nice.
Like it.
Yeah, I showed this. We both found toys at the thrift store this past week.
What the hell is that?
It's Force Transmetal's depth charge. What the hell?
Should have known that.
Oh, stupid me. I should have known that.
Yeah.
Come on, Ryan, get it together.
Would
It's
have made more
depth
robot
charge.
mode.
Now I feel like an idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He is from like near the end of the show, to be fair.
What the hell is that?
That's cool.
It's a robot.
Ribbit.
I see, Kyle, you're rocking those towels over your consoles there.
Oh yeah, back in the game room just for tonight. Got the cell phone and at the mom's house for tonight.
Are you gonna get those? What do you call those console covers?
Yeah, very high-end console covers. You can see here they're restaurant quality napkins. They have a good thickness to them. So,
Have you seen those ones though? Those console cover ones though, that are designed for every console.
Yeah, might have been you or somebody who mentioned that. He has to invest in them.
You're not very audible there, Musty.
I said Travis picked up some of those.
Ah,
And
Oh.
what was it? Metal Jesus. Right.
yeah, Plastic Satan. Plastic Satan sticks.
Is anybody else really excited about the Saturn and Sega CD repro cases from Limited Run Games?
I don't have like damaged ones, so I'm in no, I guess, dire need for them.
Good.
Why? What's
I will
up?
buy them all.
No.
No,
So
no,
you must-
no. I'm looking. I'm hoping they come in the market, and I got a number of them I want to buy.
It's limited run doing them. You said, right?
Yeah, but I hope they don't live up to their name on this one. There's no reason to make them a limited run.
No.
My mug came out of storage.
Sega.
Do you have any like damaged ones?
Yes.
Would you be feel as if it's tainted because it's no longer in its original case and this is a reproduction case?
Nope.
Because I have a problem with like reproduction PS2 cases or PS, like one of the stores locally has like knockoff cases for PS4 and Xbox One, and they're colored like DVD cases, but it's not quite the same.
I've had trouble
They're
with
like
some.
a little more transparent, right?
Yeah, it's something slightly off about them.
Yeah, those I kind of have a problem with. I guess it'll depend on how bad, how different they are from the original. But I do have a problem with knockoff Xbox cases or any of the colored cases, and even PS2 cases, which they're not quite black. They're actually very dark blue. Is that right? A very dark purplish blue.
Yeah, that's right.
PS2
Yeah.
cases. So yeah, I have a problem with those, but I don't think I'm going to have a problem with these.
I thought they said they bought the mold.
I'm not sure if did they buy them or did they? I thought they.
Yeah, they
Because I know he's been.
They got access to the mold. If I remember right.
They got access to it.
Or they
I'll probably buy a bunch
acquired it
anyway.
or something like.
I might
But
swap
they're
mine
still
out just for the
making-
sake of having new ones.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I brought it up. The reason I brought it up is I thought you guys were talking about something similar. What were you talking about, like covers for your consoles or something?
Yeah, like the cloth covers.
Yeah,
for
there's
protecting against dust.
yeah, it's on like Etsy, but the guy like is based out of Mexico, so it takes a little bit to get through customs, but they look pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
These are the ones Metal Jesus talked about.
Yeah,
They're like look like the console they are on that's underneath them.
he was hawking some new because he did the Xbox HDMI cable like a week ago, and now he's got a Dreamcast HDMI cable.
Oh yeah, I wanted to find out about that. Do you know
But-
anything about that?
The only thing is, so they were available when I looked yesterday on Amazon because they're $30 on Amazon. And one review says, "Oh, great, it's cool. I can hook on my Dreamcast to an HDMI TV," and the other one says these cables suck. So, and he says like the picture is kind of fuzzy and distorted, regardless, And part of me thinks it's because of that you're getting what probably a 240 to 480i signal or something like that coming out of the console.
Does it access the VGA quality out of it, or just the base quality?
That was what
That I
That's what I
don't know.
wondered.
But one of the reviews said they were not impressed with the picture quality through the HDMI on their HDMI TV. $30 it might not be a bad gamble,
Yeah, it's one of those things that's more of a convenience device than
Yeah.
anything. It's not enough.
Check it out for us, Ryan.
Probably great for streaming or something,
Yeah, just for connectivity,
Mhm.
convenience.
I ordered my RGB cables today.
I found one. Actually, I found it this weekend. Sorry, I just
What'd you
remembered. right
find?
now. I found a. Let me go get it real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna take off, guys. It's midnight, and
Okay,
I'll just sleep in my garage. So
Good night, Sean.
that's it.
Good to see you
Yeah.
again.
you too, Kyle.
While Ryan's off getting
Actually,
that, I'll just mention a couple old pickups that Kyle missed seeing that you'd be interested in. I found it in
Yeah.
the store once.
Sorry, just real quick. I noticed the
No,
battery
go
a
ahead.
little bit low on the phone. So yeah, I'll probably go here in just a moment as well. But go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say that a little while ago I picked up the complete Iron Man animated series on DVD for $3 from Value Village.
That first season's very cheesy, but that second season with the metal intro is really good.
Yeah, I need to watch it still. Hopefully it works because it's a thrift store.
Yeah, it's basically two seasons. The first one is kind of more Force Works
Yeah.
oriented. It's cheesy as hell, but
Yeah.
the second season actually used stories from the comics. It's really good.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. This is a good show.
Mm.
Marvel Action Hour. Yeah, I'll probably have to take off here. My battery's here at 2%. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll probably play around next week if I get a chance to get on.
It'll be here. It'll be the post E3.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely want to tune into that. All right, everyone have a good night.
See you, Kyle.
That's it.
See ya. Congrats on the
Good
new
night.
house.
Good night, Cal.
See you, Eric. I can't. I can't shut it off. Here we go.
So Eric, I made a mistake on this one. It was only the splitter. It was so you could put 2 on there. So my mistake. I know I still have them around here. Just gotta continuously dig through, a rat's nest of cords.
What is the RCA on there? What is that?
You can do, I believe, output through them. Input
So
or
that'll
output.
pull the audio out of the RGB
Yeah.
cable.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want that thing?
I can bring it for you to Portland or Chicago if you want.
Yeah, we'll talk it over. I might be interested. I might be interested in it.
Okay.
If it's got to pull out an audio, what do you call it? Drop out. We'll see. Okay, you guys, you're coming to Portland?
Yeah, I'm going to come to Portland this year.
I got to start thinking about that again. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. Time to order some tickets.
I'll be there. That's the plan.
Musty, do you know yet if your wife is staying or coming to the expo?
I don't know if she's staying for the show. We're kind of waiting for most of this to settle before committing.
Yeah.
I think it's a safe assumption she probably will skip the show itself. Because she will inevitably be homesick, and being away from our son for over a week will be more than she's ever been. So
yeah, that's rough. Yeah,
I anticipate that she'll want to go back. I don't want to put words in her mouth, though. There's that chance that she could change her mind on that, but she hasn't committed one way or the other yet. So sorry for the lack of a committal answer.
no, that's all right. What else?
I see that Warner Brothers is going to give Jared Leto his own Joker movie, which is probably terrible.
Yeah, I'm less concerned about that because of the portrayal of Joker in it, other than it's actually just a Joker movie on its own. I'm just not sure Joker can carry a movie.
Yeah, keep Ben Affleck away from that, please.
I don't think it's anything to do with Ben Affleck. I think it's
No. I think honestly with him I think the general public liked his Batman, and he's worked so hard to rebuild his acting career, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
He had to do his own movies so he can get an acting role. And the thing is, I think he was all excited to play Batman and everything, but what's it called? Batman vs Superman was not well received, and he got shit on. And then what's it called? Justice League was terrible. So it's kind of like those one of those things where it's just you think he's almost ready to. You've heard the rumors say he's ready to quit, basically too. Because of all the bad publicity and stuff like that, where he probably feels I've tried so hard to rebuild myself, and this is just bringing it right back in the mud.
Yeah, and it's not even really that much fault of his own. It's just the movies are poorly managed. Hey, Jared.
Man, you look cold. You look cold.
Hey, Jared.
Or you're going swimming, one of the two.
He's muted. Does he know that? Okay.
Yeah, it's freezing here.
Reporting
Absolutely
live
freezing.
from an igloo.
I think minus 7 degrees Celsius.
Really?
What's that in American?
Oh,
It's cold.
icing.
That was that.
It is cookie icing.
Oh,
Ready to go? Just
that was caulk.
depends on what you're kind of stick together.
Mm. One for you, one for me.
Is Musty all moved in, or is he just like cleaning up the place before the official move in?
No, I am. I mean, I'm slowly breaking boxes down.
So you're living
Like-
there?
No, 2 more weeks.
Okay, sorry. So you're there alone
I'm just
right
here.
now. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, except for the Japanese grudge
Those-
spirits.
yeah. Just keep him off the camera, okay? I don't need nightmares. No. So freaky.
Well, that's the problem. I'm sitting here with headphones on. If there's stuff going on, I'm missing it.
Did anybody get the Genesis collection?
Nope.
I want it, but not in a hurry.
No. I can't blame you there. I picked it up.
Have you played it much yet?
I have. Well, not much. I've messed around with it. It's got some new games on there that weren't on other collections, at least as far as I know. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good. A lot of the reviews like the little, room, fake bedroom, and all that stuff. I don't really care for that kind of stuff. The menu system on Sonic's, where it's just a straight up menu and you just pick the game, that's plenty fine for me. I find the animations a waste of my time.
Yeah, they're okay, but they're not necessary. It's kind of like the arcade machine setups and different room setups in like the Intellivision collection and
Yeah.
Kaido
Yeah.
Legends and stuff like that.
That's cute, but I don't find it very user friendly. I'd rather it just gave me something I could jump right to the game I want to play.
Actually, I think the Kaido Legends one is just the list. I think it's, the Namco Anniversary Collection that I was thinking of.
Yeah. There was one I recently got for the Wii, some Pac-Man remix or something, and it's like you got to navigate a little city or something to find the games, or it's a museum. I can't remember what it is, but it's like this is like the worst because you actually have to like walk around. And
No.
anyway, I don't care for that stuff, but the emulation seems pretty good. Picture quality seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice
Game
to have
selection.
the Shinobi games on there, both of them.
Yeah, this is also one of the few collections that I know of that has Revenge of Shinobi.
Yeah, and one of the few collections that doesn't have Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles, apparently.
Yeah, I guess that's a loss, but
There's
don't-
so many other ways to play that, though.
yeah, I don't care that much.
Yeah, and Landstalker is on there.
Yep. Yeah, there's a couple of ones that you don't see too often. So
I think the ones that they added definitely outweigh the negatives of the ones they took out.
Isn't like Alien Soldier on there too?
Yeah, it is.
that's one of the reasons I bought it. Yeah.
Does it have all the treasure games on there too, or no?
It's got
Gunstar.
Gunstar
Have you
Heroes.
all done pickups already?
Yeah.
I can show you a quick flash of mine again.
Oh, dang.
This guy from the real
I picked up
Ghostbusters
this today.
What'd you
trophy.
pick up? What is that?
Hold on. Say it again.
A Vice?
Oh, it's for holding my electronics components
Yeah.
while soldering them in.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
Nylon faced.
That's nice.
My
Yeah,
pickup
handy.
highlight, if you're familiar with it at all, is the game Troubleshooter on the Genesis, otherwise known as
Nice.
Battlemania some places.
Is that a reproduction or is that?
No, that's just the regular version of the cart.
It looks like a pretty minty label.
Yeah, there was a sticker over it that There was like this kind of
He's got his
sticker
new logo
over it,
up.
but I took it off. What?
Oh, nice logo. I just seen it. The final one there, Ryan.
What's up?
I think he's talking about your new logo.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That logo looks.
Thank you. I had to. I was waiting to E3 weekend since it's E3 week.
I thought
Bam.
you would have had or something.
64 is my jam, yo.
I don't know.
I can't use Saturn. You know, I'm too new to that. Plus, that's Vox's territory. You know, I can't do Master System. That belongs to Mighty Q Dog.
Oh, give me a break, yeah.
Yeah, that does belong to Mighty Q Dog.
Yeah. Thought maybe a 3-button Genesis. I'm not the biggest fan of the 6-button Genesis personally. I like the 3-button, the old Batwing, you know, or the Batarang.
Yeah,
I like that one.
it's not bad. It's pretty iconic.
Maybe the Dreamcast controller. I don't know if anyone's claiming that one yet.
Yeah.
Dreamcast guy.
Yeah. Congrats. 1,000 subs.
Wow.
You do a lot of hard work. You deserve it. Bravo.
Didn't Musty pass 300? And Duke?
Yeah. Yep, people who put work and effort into their videos, they've surpassed 300.
Yeah.
Now that's applause. People who put effort into videos, you deserve applause.
I'm so angry about everything. There you go. Sub count.
Yeah. That's what you need to start doing, making these angry videos. If you want to get 100,000 subs, I'm mad.
Pretend to kick
I'm mad.
Pretend to kick over the kick over cameras and stuff.
Yep. This is the worst game ever. I'm mad.
Okay.
What?
When I saw P1's video title today, I seriously was already starting to write the script on 10 ways that Final Fantasy VIII is better than Final Fantasy IV. But then I watched the video and realized that that wasn't the point of his title. So
Okay. I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, it seemed a little different for Sean.
he felt
but,
inspired.
Okay. All right.
Which video is this?
He put out a video today. What's the title?
I saw the one where the idea of Halo is better
Yeah.
than the reality.
That's it.
Okay.
He likes the idea of Halo better than the reality.
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with Final Fantasy.
Oh no, it's just like it felt like a personal attack.
Oh, okay. And we just lost Jared.
Oh, bye, Jared.
Yeah,
That
for the first time tonight. So he'll probably be back a few more times.
Yeah.
He went to Jared.
There he is.
Oh, don't.
Oh,
Those commercials or something.
hello again, Jared.
Is he back? Is he on mute? Yeah. Hi,
Yep.
Jared.
And we're back.
Not
And
very
we're
good
back.
reception down here. The building's shielded.
Ah.
It's got RF shielding inside the walls.
But can it protect you from blaster fire? Question.
Yes.
Can you see with the blast
It's
shield? down?
to also help with tuning radios.
La la la. The fridge fades in. The light's awesome. I've never had anything like that before.
What's that? The fridge light fades on?
The light fades on. Well, okay, watch this.
Yeah. Wow. Are those incandescent bulbs or LEDs?
That'll be good at like 4 in the morning when you're like tired as and you want to get something out of the fridge. You don't want to get blinded by the light.
I'm not sure. I don't think they can be incandescents. But it's okay. My brother-in-law runs a shop out of Omaha that is like that's all they do is sell LED lighting solutions, and then they do the installations. When he got started, It was when they were pushing really hard for that that rebate for like every light that you switch over in the house to an LED light, you get like a rebate.
Oh, really?
So for a while there, what they were doing was helping people. They were getting the bulbs at like super like wholesale price, installing them for people, and then the people didn't want they didn't care about the rebates because the price was already great. So they were then cashing the rebates. I think that's how it all worked.
Wow.
So it then birthed this whole business, and so he's got doing pretty well.
Good
for himself, which is awesome. Let's go back downstairs. I'll show you guys the room again. 1979 video.
Is this where you're recording your?
No,
YouTube
this is
village?
this is the theater.
Way. Nice headphones.
Huh?
Nice headphones. I like the Bose.
These? Yeah.
Now, are you in a basement now? Are you under ground level?
I'm in the basement. Yes.
Okay.
This window has steps to get out. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so projector.
Wow.
And then the screen. And then for context.
Event.
Whoa.
The screen is.
Look like you're about to run a school or a class right now.
Keep in mind, Musty's like 8 feet tall. So.
Yeah, like the screen, like I should do. Yeah, it's more than my wingspan, which is like 11 feet, right?
Yep.
Then it's got this little spot here with all the wires that he has are labeled, so the stuff that feeds into the projector, all of the cables for the speakers throughout the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least it's all labeled.
That's fantastic.
Jared, do you want
It
to
is
take
all
a
labeled.
flight to Iowa here to do some wiring?
But no, it's all wired.
Yeah.
And then this is the lair. What will be the lair?
What does that mean? Your game room or what? Like your
Yes,
storage? Okay.
No, this will be the computer will go down here.
The sex
VR.
cauldron.
That's right.
The sex cauldron. Okay.
The Fungin.
Are you going to do your E3 thing from here?
That's the plan.
Wow.
I have to get the PC over here.
Yeah.
And I have the internet. Internet's already installed, obviously. Oh, wait, there it is.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I need to get the PC over here and one of the systems that's capable of running YouTube.
When does it start? Next Sunday?
Saturday.
EA is Saturday.
Really?
Yeah,
11 o'clock your time on Saturday.
AM? Yeah,
Yep.
AM. Yeah.
1 p.m. our time.
So all of that's back in this door, closes off, and then we still have this set out here. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
Alright.
Saturday is only one thing basically, so you have the whole rest of your day ahead of you.
Yeah, the girls are in softball, so we'll see if I can join. I'll join, or listen in.
Mhm.
I presume you're going to keep these recordings for later viewing.
Do we want to? We could allude to where they will be.
Yeah, we can. It's not a big deal.
Where? What do you mean where?
There's a new channel forming.
Oh, God.
Another
There
new
is.
channel?
What for?
Yeah.
So P1 wants
There's
a
too many
dedicated club
YouTubers.
channel. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
P1 wants a dedicated club channel so that he can do his things and they aren't necessarily tied to being club things.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
this channel
okay.
essentially is the Cartridge Brothers, basically. There's no essential Cartridge Club YouTube channel. So specials can go on there, stuff dedicated to, yeah.
oh, okay. And you've got Cartridge Club Hangouts. That's a separate YouTube channel too.
Yes.
I'm curious though, wouldn't this have worked as the same thing? Just anyone that wanted to do live streams could log into this as well?
I don't know.
Potentially, but I think the intention was to keep this independent because
Depending on who ends up hosting it.
like
Depends.
if they direct press inquiries, they'd want to direct them to the club channel and not
Hangouts.
hang out and talk with each other. Yeah. I think
Okay.
I should open the chat here. I didn't have the chat open.
Yeah.
Hi,
So-
Jared. I see your comment in the chat.
So since 3 of you weren't here when we talked about it initially on here, what did you think of the Bumblebee trailer if you saw it?
I think it actually looks interesting now.
Yeah.
As someone, like I said, I haven't seen any of the Transformers movies since the second movie, and I was not a fan of either the first one or the second one. But I'm not saying I'm going to rush day one to see it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it probably like on a matinee or like a cheaper flick.
Yeah, if it's reviewed well.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Basically, the trailer was, I think, promising. That's all I'll say. Basically, it's not directed by Michael Bay.
The Transformers look good. That
the
G1 Starscream.
Yeah, you only really see, like you don't even see any of the real, the other Transformers. You're not gonna, probably see
real
Optimus Prime.
Optimus is going to be in it. Don't know how much.
They said, or
Yeah, don't know how much he will be in it. He might just be like a cameo character. But Barricade's going to be in it. There's going to be at least 1 or 2 other Decepticons in there.
I would prefer that they keep this as low as Transformers. I think just Bumblebee by itself, I think would be. And at first, when you hear that, like I didn't think a Bumblebee solo flick would be any interesting, but the trailer looked promising. And I like the fact that it's actually in a Volkswagen Beetle too.
Yeah,
as opposed to.
There's only going to be a couple Transformers in this one. That was part of the point, was to keep it a low character count.
It's promising.
Well, and Haley Steinfeld's also a good, she's won awards.
I think they canceled Transformers 7. I think Michael Bay said they're no longer going to do Transformers 7. So.
Oh no, that means I only have to watch 6 of them.
Yep.
Did he do 6? Because there's only been 5. Or I mean, is he going to do a 6th one?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was 6 that I was messed up. I just thought I thought I heard he announced last week that.
I lost count. It's a big blur of special effects.
It seems like it was coming out almost every year, for a minute there.
The effects in those movies actually are one of their only praiseworthy qualities. Not the actual character designs, but the quality of the models.
What, you didn't like the characters?
The characters look like garbage heaps.
I didn't like the actors they casted to play in those movies, to be honest with you.
No.
What?
I don't like Marky Mark.
That was so good.
I'm not a big fan of Marky Mark. Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I don't care for him too much.
Oh no, that was so good.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Of my high school years. Fear.
What?
The movie Fear.
Fear?
Oh
yeah.
Camp.
And Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I
Fear?
remember that movie.
Camp
The
Fear?
kid had a Neo Geo in that movie.
Was he supposed to be like a rich kid or something?
They were, yeah. It was the younger brother, and I always remember. I mean, I was aware of the Neo Geo at the time, and I'm like, damn, that's quite a system to have for a prop in a movie.
They had that.
Department bought it because they wanted it for themselves.
Style, security system and stuff.
Yeah, they were family. Yeah. Mark.
Another
bad movie.
Another cool thing to note with at least the first Transformers movie, all the explosions and the cars flipping as the Transformers are running through them and all that, that's all practical. Everything the Transformers hit, except for buildings and stuff, obviously.
So you're telling me the Transformers were real in those first movies?
No.
Oh.
But what they were knocking out of the way was real. And when people were running away from an explosion, it was a real explosion. That stuff's pretty cool, how they integrated the robots in with the practical effects. rather than just doing everything in CGI.
Hmm.
I appreciate that he went to that level at least.
Is that why the robots needed to be a big old mess? Because they had a bunch of like stuff to mask?
Sure.
Nah, I don't think they needed to be a big mess. But the models are impressive from an animation standpoint. They're just not very well designed from a character look standpoint. The movies are still god awful, but I will praise it where it's due.
Did you check out the new season of The Toys That Made Us?
I watched the Transformers episode, but I don't remember much of it, to be honest.
I thought that was a better one. I think
That was a good episode.
I still don't agree with the Star Trek choices being on it. Not because I'm not a Star Trek fan. It's just that what's it called? It seemed like the whole thing was just like, we have really bad toys and Star Wars. It seemed like that's the whole episode was, and it seems like they just gave it to him because someone was a Trekkie who was probably doing the show. So
yeah,
I honestly
they would literally just stick Star Trek on anything.
I don't know of anyone who had Star Trek toys. Like I've never heard that as like an ever. You know, I've been to toy stores. I've never seen like Star Trek toys being like an area. There's always Transformers. That's always Transformers. Your Star Wars. Those are huge toys. Even He-Man. Yeah. I've never seen Star Trek ever in my life. So
I have seen some, but very rarely.
It seems like also the Hello Kitty one was more just Hello Kitty stuff, not toys. You know?
Probably.
So, and I know Hello Kitty's huge because I used to have at least one coworker, and she like her whole desk was covered with that stuff, but never saw toys.
All right, boys. I think I'm going to take off for the night.
All right.
Bye, Eric.
See you guys next week.
See you, Eric.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye, Jared.
See you Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you guys Saturday. That's right. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.
What's he doing?
Getting stuff ready, I guess, for his paint job.
Taping it off.
Taking down the blinds.
Oh.
Live DIY.
Yeah. Well, we gotta paint it.
Do you guys have the HG channel over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
HGTV?
Yeah.
I used to watch that way too much.
Flipping houses.
Yep.
So easy to get lost in that channel.
I went to IKEA this last week, but I did not find any like good gaming shelves. I don't think. I was not too impressed with their shelf selection there. Nothing really nice for media.
Media shelves are so expensive.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
You didn't want the Billy?
What?
Billy ones?
No, they're too big.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, the Billy ones. Yeah, they're too
deep.
Yep.
Yeah, but I did get some like inspiration for like rooms to paint around my house because I saw like layouts of rooms, and so now I got to buy some paint.
I want to get some stuff from IKEA, but it's just so far away in terms of practicality.
Mm-hmm.
I could take a bus there, but I'm not going to be able to bring anything back with me.
Yeah, let me strap the shelf to your back here. Just
Yeah, and if I were to order it, it would be on a truck, so it would be $100 flat, no matter if I even got one shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to plan out like everything I could possibly need and order it at the same time to have it make sense. I mean, for small stuff, if you're gonna order like big furniture, like a couch or something, it's worth paying the $100. It's fine, but if it's a couple shelves, that's maybe too much.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely too much. And the closest other option I have is Walmart, so not really a lot of great choices.
I mean, if they assemble it as part of that cost, that's not too bad. But
For the $100?
it was $100 to deliver and assemble. IKEA stuff?
I don't know if there's assembly. Probably not.
I might take up that offer because that's a time investment.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
I thought
what
that's
like
what you were
the
asking.
couches, if you get a couch from them, you have to assemble it yourself, right?
I can confirm.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they offer assembly services.
Yeah,
They just
For-
cost an arm and a leg.
yeah, probably. I thought you were asking if
All
that
right,
was
peoples, I'm
included
gonna
with the
shoot.
100, though.
Well,
But
Hi, Jared.
If
Jared's leaving.
it was included with the 100.
Here, buddy.
I would say absolutely. Hey, Jared.
yeah, no, it's just 100 to deliver. Walmart has some decent like TV stands and stuff like that, though.
Mm-hmm.
I might get. I'm probably definitely getting. I'm getting 2 of them. One of them is $100. That's a good for flat screen, but there's a corner one that would be good for CRT, and it can hold up to 150 pounds, which you cannot find good sturdy shelves for old TVs much anymore.
My ultimate goal now is like, I wish the guys from My Life in Gaming. I think Corey's got like fantastic entertainment shelves. I wish he would list where he got his. You know, those are like store bought ones too. That's what I'm looking for, but just gonna keep on looking, keep on trucking.
Is this in addition to what you're running currently, or?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take those ones down. You know, I already talked to my one buddy. Maybe he might be able to do something. Want to put it up? So
It's just not space conscious enough, or
I don't like how things are lining up. I think I could do things differently. So
yeah, I'm gonna have that once I get the paint on the walls. That's like the next push for me, is to figure out like to actually get that assembled and put on the wall and all that.
mm-hmm.
Hope this is riveting.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to talk about.
Well, we talk about Star Wars, but
Mm,
it's kind of a bad day for it.
yeah. I mean, I could say on that note that I don't define people who act that way as fans. I just think like if you hate on the movies so much and you are just abusive and rude to people, that's not a fan. That's just a person using that to be a jackass. You know?
Yeah.
If you hate more of it than you like, I don't know why you're calling yourself a fan. Mostly. It's fine not to be a fan of something.
Right.
Doesn't have to define you. Right?
Sure.
I agree.
So that's as far as I can really get into that without ranting. So
Yeah, we don't need to. I mean, that's
people are terrible.
yes. There was one. Okay, so there was one tweet I saw. I'll bring this up, and then that was the comment that it made was along the lines of, "This is the fandom that drove Jake Lloyd crazy, made Hayden Christensen quit acting, made both Daisy Ridley and now
Kelly Marie Tran.
Kelly, right? Yes. Delete social media accounts. Made George Lucas stop wanting to make Star Wars movies, and I don't know. When you have a laundry list of here's all the stuff that the people who claim to be such big fans,
Have discouraged.
yeah. George Lucas doesn't want to make more Star Wars movies because of you people. And I said it because that's what I mean.
I don't want George Lucas to make more Star Wars movies, so you can blame me for that then.
Right, but those are the only ones that they claim are the good ones.
The first,
Right.
I don't think he touched. I don't think he directed the Empire or Jedi.
No, he didn't. If you're talking about the good one that he directed, it's the first one, and even that had its issues.
Yeah,
like people were like speaking with accents, half of their dialogue and half not. It's not a perfect film. I love it, but it's not perfect.
There was a tweet I saw earlier today, and I wish I could find it again. Maybe let's see if I liked it. But I thought it was pretty funny here.
Just while you're looking for that, I'll say, I think George Lucas is a great collaborative director, but left to his own devices, he kind of has problems. Like when people aren't calling him on things that need to be changed, because yeah, it's like the Emperor's New Clothes type situation.
Well, apparently,
whatever you say. Yep.
I will say I don't think I liked it, but essentially what the tweet was, there was a fan saying, "It's up to us Star Wars fans to demand what we want."
Oh my, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's up to us. It's up to us to fix the franchise and everything, like.
Yeah, here's the thing: make your own stuff. If that's what you want.
But that's what they're saying. That's what he's trying to rally, is this like creators medium that's gonna like take over and do Star Wars and then get recognized as better. Oh, this is better.
Well, yeah. I almost wonder too if it's something like along the lines of he's thinking, let's just say it's an example, EA with the loot boxes or something like that, where it was so awfully received that they had to go and change the policy, if you will, for Battlefield 2 or something, and then everyone's like, look, because we complained, we spoke with our wallets and everything. It seems like the guy was trying to come up with something like that,
Yeah, like you are solely responsible for the business decisions of these companies.
Right.
I mean, of course, you do have to speak with your wallet, and people definitely did with Battlefront 2, rightfully so. Much as I like that game, that progression system and all that microtransaction crap was bad, and it needed to be taken out. But people are still ignoring it, even though they've taken it all out. It's like they give you everything you wanted. You're still not playing it. But I think I like the logic that people use, just because I hate what people are saying, but it's funny to see the contradictions that pop up, and it's just not even hidden. Because people were complaining about all the different Star Wars movies, like how it's like SJWs, it's like all women now, men can't be heroes anymore, all this stupid crap. And the movie they finally decided to do a big boycott on is the first and only one of the new movies to star a white male protagonist. White straight male protagonist. The only one of the new ones. So what they effectively told them is, we don't want straight white male protagonists, which is what they were claiming they wanted.
I don't know if that was the case.
I mean, I'm just talking about like how, like, this is the extreme end. Like, by their own logic, that's what they said to them.
I've heard the SJW, and I can see maybe a little bit of the claims. I think maybe they're with I like The Last Jedi. Like I still say it's my 5th favorite Star Wars. I could see what if you want to say the SJW for it, I can see it, but in my opinion, it seems like they were trying to do too much of every demographic, if you will. I understand they're trying to make Star Wars for everybody, and that's perfectly understandable. But the thing is, and I'm not saying for every race and creed and everything. I'm saying that, like, okay, we got to have the dog race for the kids. We got to have, like, it's like little stuff like that. Like, stuff as a kid, I wouldn't have probably wanted to see the dog races. That's something for like little kids, and kids always kind of want to be seen older than they are, if you will. It's
that sequence was a little odd. I will grant you.
To me, like, that's the part. If I ever probably will see that again, I'm gonna fast forward through that, or go to the bathroom, or get a refill on my drink, or something like that. When that part's coming up, that part I could really do without. But other than that, like, the movie was fine.
Yeah. I actually have more complaints about it than that, but I still like the movie.
Yeah, I still liked it. I just think when I see stuff like that, I'm like, maybe you're, you know, I don't know why people hated Rose. I think she was one of the more interesting characters. You know, unless they're just complaining, saying, "Hey, your movie sucked." You know.
Yeah, it's like people don't know how they want to, what they're even doing. I don't think because they're just throwing all this hate at random crap.
I also think they should have they should probably just say goodbye to Carrie Fisher. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, I know you had something, but like now she's just gonna probably go off on like a text scroll in the next movie. You know, I honestly think they probably could have changed a couple things. You know,
they probably went over all that stuff. I think there was a delay between them saying we're looking into it and saying that everything's done. We're just gonna write her out or something. But I think they did effectively say goodbye in Last Jedi without even meaning to, because all the scenes were already filmed, but everything kind of worked as a goodbye without actually having that intent. Like the scenes between her and Luke at the end, the scene with her and Holdo, and just there's a whole bunch of different stuff in there that just kind of came together and worked and ended up being defined by real life events rather than.
You know, some people complain about the, you know, Luke drinking the walrus or milk or something like that. But I thought that scene was funny. So to me,
it was unnecessary, but I didn't not like it.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was off-putting but funny. You know, where
it was intended to be off-putting, which was kind of what made it work. And his little just kind of tick there at the end. But that's actually what I have not a complaint, but a critique about. Is the comedy in the movie.
That I can see. I didn't like. It seems like, and maybe they kind of cut it short at the end. And by that I mean, like, you know, the different style of comedy, if you will, like post comedy. I like, you know, a little bit with. I know some people like that whole paging whatever, but to me, that one guy kind of, you know. And it seems like a little too much jokey, and you can almost say it a little bit with the Marvel movies sometimes too.
Yeah,
I didn't feel that way so much in Infinity War, but I don't like, and definitely see it in Justice League.
There's a bunch of that in Infinity War.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, but I don't think they were joking when they're well, I don't think they're joking when they're, you know, spoiler alert. Oh, I can't say it because you haven't seen it yet, have you?
What?
You haven't seen Infinity War, have you?
No, I saw it on Saturday.
We can do a spoiler talk finally.
We could. I don't really have much to say about it.
Spoiler chat, finally. So
let's finish the Star Wars thing before we cut to spoilers in case anyone is like watching the archive of this.
I just go full on into this if we don't need to. But
we've been waiting like 2 months for this.
I basically just wanted to finish off one point and then we can switch over. If you wanted to. I just wanted to. Sorry, Yodd.
Before I guess we get into Infinity War, I just want to say in comparison, it seems I don't like when stuff's getting real, like when like people are about to die or something like that, and people are cracking jokes. I don't like that. I think there's a time to be serious, and there's a time to have fun, and there's a time to be serious. And I don't. And Justice League is notorious for like. The world is ending, and they're like, "No, we got this," you know, like, and like, no,
especially Superman. That was very weird.
Especially Aquaman too.
Aquaman was fine relative to everyone else.
Not at the end of the movie, though. I'm
maybe not. I don't remember.
If the world's coming to an end, basically, you know, I don't want to hear people cracking jokes. It takes me out of that, if you will.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's funny. That's funny because you brought up Fitnat. You brought up earlier Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, where what was
Korg,
it?
Right?
Yeah, Korg with one of the climactic scenes where he's narrating it, and it's just like this thing. It should have been a moment of silence with dramatic music, and just let it kind of play in the sadness of that, just have its full weight. And he's like, "No, it's fucking gone." It's like, okay, what? You ruined that moment. You can't do that again. You will never be able to do that scene again, and you screwed it. But it's like. Actually, that comes back to the exact kind of humor you're talking about. And I heard the term for that is bathos, where it's like a completely serious moment undercut by a ridiculous moment, like immediately after. And Marvel movies are notorious for that. But The Last Jedi has a lot of that, like more than it should.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has a lot of that too.
Oh yeah,
That's honestly one of my little complaints about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. No, I think it ends incredibly strong, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but probably the first 2/3 of the movie is, just absolutely cracking jokes out of everything, Like I maybe even like the last 15 minutes it's finally kind of serious, if you will. Where I think there's a time where it should be a little bit more serious throughout the movie, But
and Star-Lord seemed like kind of a dumbass in scenes where he shouldn't have.
yeah.
But I mean, he is kind of a dumbass, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it essentially was what's it called, and I don't know if it was an honest trailers for it, but it honestly is what's called like Fast and the Furious in space,
But one of the scenes I wanted to highlight in Last Jedi that was just like that did not fit at all. I liked it, but it didn't fit. Is the weird part of the comedy in this movie. Like a lot of it does not fit whatsoever, but it still kind of works.
Could you repeat that again? I'm sorry, I must have just blocked out on my headphone for a second there.
No, it's fine. I said a scene I wanted to highlight, even though it doesn't fit whatsoever in the movie, but it still works. It's still funny, and that's what a thing that happens with a lot of the jokes in that movie is they don't work, but they're still funny.
Mm-hmm.
But the clothes iron, where it's like they do the spaceship landing shot and it cuts back and it's a clothes iron, and it's like that's a parody. That's parody of these movies, and that's not what was going on at all. This movie isn't Spaceballs, and it shouldn't be. But that was a funny joke. It just didn't belong in this movie. It takes you out of it.
Well, that reminded me of when they were in Jedi. Was it Jedi or was it New Hope? Where they had like the gonk droid and they were like burning his feet.
Yeah,
like that's what that
Jedi,
That's what that felt like a callback to me. Yeah,
maybe a little bit. I think more of a gonk droid callback was well, there was one in Solo, but
isn't it funny that they programmed that droid to feel pain?
Right.
Actually, there is a reference to droid pain receptors in I don't think it's in Solo now that I think about it. Actually, I think it was in one of the comics I just reread. But droids apparently have pain receptors.
Not all of them, though. I guess
not all of them.
I mean, C-3PO in Empire, he's basically walking around strapped to. He's not walking around. He's strapped to Chewbacca's back.
Yeah.
You stupid.
I guess it's inconsistent, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just gonna chalk it up to not all androids or all droids have pain receptors. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Maybe what's it called? Anakin did him a favor when he was building him as a kid to not put that part in there.
Mm-hmm. But aren't there sensors there to like keep them for like self-preservation stuff?
Maybe.
Battery? I don't
know. Yeah, it's kind of repeating stuff now on the comedy thing. Do you want to move on to Infinity War?
We can.
Do you want to put up lower thirds with are we able to?
Well, I'll try it from my end here. Hangout toolbox. Let's see this here. Oh,
I don't have a toolbox.
All the way on the left? I got it. I got it.
Strangely inconsistent.
Yep.
Oh, wait. I can't do that. Bam. Nope. Okay, man.
So for the two people who are watching, just know that we are going to talk Infinity War here.
Yeah.
Let me hear some things you don't want to hear.
Yeah. 3.
You've been warned.
2, 1.
Now is the time.
Yep. Half of the planet dies.
Half of the universe dies.
Yeah.
So I wrote up some stuff after I saw it, and I shared it on the Discord because I didn't have somebody to talk through it with because I saw it alone.
Josh is very excited about this conversation, by the way.
Hop in, Josh. Please hop on if you're watching.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just on the bed. We'll put on audio then.
Video off.
Josh, if you want to get in.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Just get some headphones. Well, this.
Yeah, I think it was cool that they brought Red Skull back for that one scene.
I love that scene. I thought that was fantastic. For a second, I questioned it because I was like, "Are they really going to do Death?" Because I thought Death might have belonged to Fox's property rights, but
That
Death
would
is
have worked too, but
yeah, because with the whole Death Thanos relationship and everything.
I think it was really cool to bring him back like that and show how he ended up.
Yeah, I mean that was a great pull because I think assuming when I first watched it, I assumed he died, but he doesn't die. He just when he touches the Tesseract, he gets sent away.
I think there was something a little bit funny about the timing of that. I'll wait until Musty's done ripping that box by the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
But I think there's something funny timing-wise about that scene and something else that happened around the same time. I'm not going to go into that. But
are you referring to Captain America, or are you talking about the scene in the movie?
The scene in the movie.
Okay.
I'm just talking about. I'm not going to get into it. It's spoilers for something else. But
so what did you see Solo?
Yeah, have you guys seen?
Don't talk Solo.
I haven't seen Solo yet. I've been unfortunate bad timing for me and my buddy to see it, so no Solo talk yet. So.
Okay, I won't get into it then. But I found it mildly amusing. Anyway, but God, what else is there to really talk about? I felt that a lot of the deaths were cheap, considering just I know how events worked. And it's like even especially Spider-Man, it's like we know you have another movie coming out.
Yeah, I mean that unless
been announced.
To be honest though, I know people who've seen Infinity War and don't know that, who have reached out to me after seeing it and saying, "What the hell are they gonna do? I thought Black Panther just made $1 gajillion." And they're like, "What the hell are they gonna do on Spider-Man?" I'm like, well, and in my head, I'm like, I don't want to tell them because honestly, I wouldn't want to know. But since I'm such a fan of these movies, I know this,
Yeah, it's just one of those things like that is not an across the board complaint. That is someone who is into comics and into these movies and knows how this crap works.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't fly as well because it's like that's going to be undone, at least for the most part.
If they would have left something like Spider-Man and Black Panther not dead, I would have probably questioned that they killed off all these people. Because there's only like 3 movies really announced right now, and it's Guardians of the Galaxy, actually it's more than that. It's Captain Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Ant-Man and Wasp. That's essentially what's coming out. That we know for sure is coming out. So, and
the Eternals, I guess maybe.
Yeah, I heard that's an idea.
Moon Knight might get a show. Anyway.
Yeah, but I did like. I think there's like a lot of like really smart moments. I didn't realize the reason why like Peter Parker is feeling it because his spider sense is kicking in. Like everyone usually just dies right away or something, and essentially he says, I'm not feeling so good, and it's because his spider sense is kicking in.
Maybe. That was odd. It was an inconsistent
thing. They have said the Russo brothers have come out and said that that's the reason why. Like he has a longer scene feeling it coming on.
Okay. I thought that was manipulative and mopey. But still.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's supposed to get you. That's the only one that almost got me, basically.
The one I really liked was Black Panther because they play it off like it's going to be something else entirely. I like where he goes after Okoye and it's like, this is no place to die. And as he's picking her up, you think she is going to go, but then he goes.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Josh had to get on this.
Your video is on just in case you didn't want it.
He got out of bed. He had to get on this one.
Yep.
I have a problem with the fact that if this whole movie was building up to this moment, and if all we can do is just reverse it, then every action that happened in this movie is wasted.
Yeah. I heard a theory, though, that only applies in terms of reversal to the people who were killed by Thanos with the gauntlet, not people who were killed through other means, like
post snap versus pre snap.
Yeah, like
So Vision would be
Vision.
Yeah, but Vision's a robot.
Heimdall, Loki.
Robots can be rebuilt.
Although I don't think Gamora's dead.
No, I don't think she will be back in the next movie. I think if anything, she returns in Guardians 3. Like that would be like the subplot, because they have come out and said too, the Russo brothers, that she is trapped inside the Soul Stone right now. So
okay, that makes sense. So she could escape from that.
Yeah, I imagine that's what the third Guardians movie is going to essentially be about. Is that them trying to rescue her, like she doesn't come back from the snap or something like that.
That might be the case. Another theory that might be interesting for it is Doctor Strange talks about also that fight scene with him and Thanos. That was amazing. But where it starts using all the magic and the clones and the arms. That was friggin' amazing. Anyway, but he says he looked through all the different futures and there was only one in which they won.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was the only way when he gave him the time stone. So maybe the only future in which they win is him giving him the time stone was the catalyst of that.
Your theory is it's Iron Man is the cog that is most necessary.
He's the piece.
Right?
Yeah, he's the
maybe.
piece. Essentially, that there's the theory that maybe I don't want the OGs to go in the next movie, and that's the theory too that the OGs will. I don't want him to. Just have him like retire. Just like I'm done. I'm old.
Drive off into the sunset.
Yeah, and
then Captain America should go.
Oh, no, don't kill my Captain America.
I mean, I think he should go after Bucky and Falcon are back, because that way one of them can take the mantle.
I don't want them taking the mantle either.
Nah. I think Chris Evans is probably pretty done with these.
Granted, it's comic book movies, and you can essentially do anything you want in comic books. They'll come up a way to get you back.
Yeah, in the comics, when they killed off Captain America, they then wrote a storyline where it's like he wasn't killed; he was teleported back to World War II.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, you'll find some comic book logic to bring him back, but
absolutely,
I essentially would love to see like the full. Maybe Avengers 5 be like if they get the rights to the X-Men, I would love to see all of them back. They don't have to become, just bring them back. Because now I heard Hemsworth now is saying like, he was done at Avengers 4. Now he's saying he wants to do more movies, basically. So
because they reinvented it, and that probably gave him more motivation.
Yeah, he said he was almost done with it after Thor 2, because he said he was bummed out even doing that movie or something like that. So.
Yeah,
now he's
Ragnarok was great, and then Infinity War was also great, and his role now is just
the whole.
That'd be a lot more fun.
I would love to see a Guardians Thor movie next. I would think that would be that would be after seeing this movie. I would love to see that, like Thor be in Guardians 3.
That's where I thought it was going.
Well, that'd be so fantastic. It'd be great,
Yeah, like you could even call the next movie Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. I think that'd be a fun space flick movie too.
Absolutely.
It'd be Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts you want to put out there, Josh?
Was it one of y'all that was saying that they think Ant-Man and the Wasp are gonna get small and rebuild Vision?
I do not know if anyone talked about that. Certainly not on here.
I think it might have been somebody at work then. But one of the theories that they're gonna shrink and go inside of Vision's head and then rebuild him inside there.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Well, they have the theory is that she's got she has information that could potentially be useful in reconstructing him, right? The sister.
Yeah.
Well, I also heard that this movie takes place before Infinity War 2.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Before or after? Also, you said something about Iron Man being the catalyst to saving everyone. I think that might have something actually to do with Captain Marvel being called at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course that movie's in the 90s, so.
Yeah, but that scene wasn't. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
that was one of the things that Ryan and I were talking about, because I was like, why do I care? Why is this? Because like I heard people around me who were like, like all like ecstatic, and I'm just like,
Ew. Nerd.
I'm like, what? The stinger felt like an opportunity to get Samuel L. Jackson to almost say what he wanted to say.
yep, I love that. That was funny.
No, to me, it got me hyped for Captain Marvel. It honestly got me but like I have to wait because that's going to be essentially the canon pull. It's going to be a great lead-in probably to Infinity War Part 2 or Avengers 4 or wherever they're going to call it. It's going to be because essentially, it's going to probably be like, ending with her getting the page and answering the page basically. But,
it'd be kind of cool if it's called Endgame.
Like the end scene is 15 years later, 20 years later. When
Yeah. Could be the case, depending on how that movie ends.
Yeah.
I just don't know who she. I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her because I'm an uninformed pleb. So
heathen.
So to me, it's like,
who is this person?
Yeah, it's like,
okay. Why do I care? You'll find out when the Captain Marvel movie comes out.
Yeah, that's essentially the point now, is to tease you. So now you see Captain Marvel in May or February of next year.
Ryan, one of the things that you and I talked about is that you said that this is their empire, right? This is their low point and all of that. And I was like, the thing about the empire is that they're together at least, and there is not all of them, but you at least know that they're together and that they can do something, right?
You can say that about the Avengers. The OG Avengers are still around.
But at this point, we're 30 seconds after all of that happened.
Yeah.
There hasn't been we escaped Cloud City. There was movie's over. Everyone's just kind of like.
I think you're forgetting the scene where Thanos was sitting on his farm.
Yeah, I mean, after he died temporarily.
Did he die? I think
he went into the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the gauntlet there. So he was dead during that scene. I think that's been confirmed. But then he comes back for some reason. So I wasn't completely clear on that.
I don't know if he did. I just think maybe this was part of the snap that he was just there for a second,
Maybe. But he was kind of in between life and death. Maybe. And that's how he was talking to Gamora.
I absolutely love though the scene where Thor spiked the hammer into his chest, and then he's like, and then you should have went for the head. That was fantastic. Love the scene, because I thought for a second I was like, they're not gonna do it, and then all of a sudden they did it. I was like, excellent, thank you. I was like, because I knew there's a part 2 to this. They said that a while ago, so I was like, don't tell me they're just gonna kill Thanos here. What a waste. And then they did that. I'm like, perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
the other thing I didn't really enjoy about this movie, but that's just kind of par for the course, is it didn't feel like a complete story, because it wasn't. So it's like you kind of exit the theater like half done. You don't feel like you've seen a full thing.
There was no denouement.
One thing I don't care for in the movie is it seems like Hulk is getting, or Bruce Banner's getting dumber. It's one thing I kind of complain about.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Bruce Banner's supposed to be one of the smartest guys and so far in their universe, and he seems kind of dumb now.
Yeah, he went through some shit, but they haven't gone into why he's like he is right now.
Yeah. Well, because Hulk got punked out.
Maybe.
I know some people had a problem with that. I know some people had an absolute problem with that because it's the Hulk, basically, And Hulk ultimately should probably be able to rip, Thanos apart, but you can get to that part, yet.
No, not with the Infinity Stones.
Well, yeah, he had the power in the Space Stone on his hand,
Yeah, if it was Thanos proper, without any power-ups, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that Hulk never showed up in this movie other than the beginning.
And he was in the trailers, too.
Yeah.
So no, I
Could
think there
be a
was.
scene from the next movie
It
somehow.
could be. It absolutely could be a scene in the next movie. And it could also be like maybe reshoots that they changed their mind on what they wanted to do. Like this is how we want to go with it. You know, maybe because there's always reshoots that they're going to have. You know.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say this because, of course, I like that the Wakanda fight was essentially the Gungan fight from episode 2. It was
It's Space
essentially
Talks. One.
what?
You said episode 2.
Oh, it's episode 1. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
What kind of fan are you?
Nerd. But
I haven't watched the prequels in 3 years.
But no, I liked I really did like it. I want to see it again. I still got to see Solo first though.
Mm.
I hope it tops. I really hope it tops like Avatar because I hate James Cameron now. After this, I don't want no more comic book movies anymore. Shut up.
Which one are you talking about? Topping Avatar.
Avatar. I want Infinity War to top Avatar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's getting nervous because these movies are creeping up on his Titanic and Avatar.
Mm. Haven't they already passed them?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's like the 4th highest of all time, and still slightly behind Black Panther and Titanic and Avatar, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't want these movies anymore. I'm getting fatigued. And then he announced like yesterday that they're filming Avatar 2 with this special Sony camera. Shut up. Go back to making Terminator.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you
We're getting
anymore.
fatigued with all these sequels. Oh, by the way, I'm making 4 or 5 Avatar movies.
It's just Fern Gully. That's all it is.
I've only seen Avatar once.
Me too.
I have no memory of that movie.
Exactly.
I have no memory of this place.
I've seen it a number of times.
It was visually impressive, but that's about
I
it.
liked it.
You did? Ugh.
I liked it.
Fern Gully.
I know I know.
Yeah.
That's not a critique. That's a comparison.
Yeah. I like Fern Gully better.
I don't think I've ever.
I'm not
actually
saying
seen
I'm
Fern
not
Gully.
saying I liked Fern Gully better. Like there's stuff in Avatar that I liked.
Which
a lot.
one's
There's
Fern
some-
Gully?
That's the one where the guy gets shrunken down to be with the fairies in the rainforest, that the rainforest is getting destroyed by humankind.
Which one's the one with Robin Williams as the bat?
That might be Fern Gully.
Okay.
Because it's all about like the animals and living in the rainforest and everything.
Okay,
But,
I have seen that then. I was getting it mixed up with Secret and Nim, which I've never seen.
to be honest, I didn't remember Robin. I don't know if Robin Williams was the
I don't know
bat
if that
though.
was. Now I'm questioning that. I might be remembering incorrectly.
I'm looking. Fern Gully.
Well, Force Awakens is 3rd overall. Okay, Infinity War is 4th, I guess. Yeah, Infinity War is 4th. Force Awakens is 3rd. Titanic and then Avatar.
Yep. Tim Curry, Samantha Mathis, Christian Slater, Robin Williams.
I guess it was. Titanic. Titanic.
Yeah, and then they like portray the machine that's cutting down the trees as like this big like scary monster thing.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Same.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Okay, we have
Not
passed
saying,
the
that anyone,
mark.
not saying anyone has to like Avatar. I just
No.
like
Why are you telling me to like Avatar? Jurassic World is the 5th highest grossing movie of all time.
Ryan, why are you telling us to hate Avatar?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Jurassic World? That movie sucks.
It was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing either. It was
See,
just
that game comes
fine.
out next week. That
Which
game
one?
comes out.
Which one?
The Park Sim.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting, but not interesting to me.
Should be a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's not really much else to talk about, we have passed the 3-hour mark. Unless you had other thoughts on Infinity War.
I feel like I'm missing out on some stuff in Infinity War.
I barely absorbed that movie, to be honest.
There were a few moments where I was like couch noises. Do you know what couch noises are?
Farts?
No, like the moments where you would like audibly like say something. Like if you were at home, you'd be like cheering.
Yeah.
But in the theater, obviously, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like the moment that Cap shows up, as the train's going by, like that part and that whole sequence. Even the first time I saw it, I was like super hyped at that point because I haven't seen him in a long time. And then the second viewing, that scene, that fight sequence, just it feels too short.
I felt the movie deserved. I think Cap needed a bigger part in this movie, and essentially, maybe their theory was the movie's long already, and essentially, we have this giant roster of characters. Everyone's gonna have a part, which I think they did a great job of, trying to with a roster of 38 people or something like that. Essential people. I think essentially with doing the snapping off on these people, and essentially Rocket and the OG Avengers being the only ones left, I think they can focus, give Cap and Tony, if it is their last movie, if it gives like that will be their movie basically going out, basically, if they will,
There's another thought I had. I may have seen this, may have been triggered by someone else's opinion. I don't remember the source of it though. But I thought like someone talked about like how it was like going to be going back to like the original Avengers lineup for the next one, and how there might be a time travel element. Like something needs to change for the events that happened in the original Avengers, which with a time stone maybe. But I thought about it and it's like, if they do a time travel thing back to the scene in the Battle of New York, what do you think the difference is going to be from Iron Man entering the portal and coming back?
That could be something.
That could be something. I don't really have a solid theory of that.
Well, essentially he like passes out, that high up basically.
Yeah, but you could also write that in he had like a memory wipe or something. Or
because Thanos remembers him basically from that. So
something like that. Yeah. But there could be something there with that idea.
I've also heard the theory of that too, that Strange actually puts like, a thing on the time stone too.
Maybe.
A spell on it, basically,
Yeah, he planted his trap.
Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting. I can't wait until this movie is finished.
Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting. I really do hope, because I heard Comcast is trying to buy the Fox properties again, and I'm like, just even if they do buy the Fox stuff, just sell the Marvel movie rights to Fox or to Disney.
Here's the thing with that though. It might not matter. Because I think it's non-transferable rights. So if someone else buys Fox, the rates just revert back automatically anyway.
Oh.
That might be the case. I can't confirm.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that is. I don't care who buys them as long as the rights go back.
Yeah.
Other than that, I do not care.
I have no interest in these Fox X-Men movies. Like the Dark Phoenix talk about it, I'm like, I don't care. I really don't. You've burned me so much now with the Fox X-Men. I don't care. Just give me a Disney X-Men.
Yeah,
give me a Fantastic Four.
At their base level, the X-Men are bad adaptations.
Yeah.
Every movie, except for Deadpool. And Logan to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But those movies both have their problems. But it's like,
they do.
Bad X-Men movies. Mm-hmm. Some of them are good movies, but they're all bad X-Men movies. Because I was talking to BCom on Xbox last night, and he's only really been exposed to the X-Men for the most part through those movies. And I was telling him about some stuff that happened in the comics. Like, Jesus, I never thought that was stuff the X-Men did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of interesting stuff that they did, and the movies never touch it.
But I don't know.
everyone but Wolverine sucks.
That's true.
And Wolverine, for no reason whatsoever, just starts commanding the X-Men in the third movie, despite no one giving him command of the team.
I have to kill Jean Grey.
Yeah, but like he's literally running back and forth between all the team members, saying, "You go over here, you over here," and it's like, "I'll stand in the middle of the team and let's go." And it's like,
well,
why are you in command right now?
The thing is, everyone liked Huge Jackman as
Huge
Wolverine,
Jackman.
so they gave him like the the top spot. Even though it's not something Wolverine really does.
No. And Hugh Jackman is probably the best part of that franchise.
Yeah, I guess.
But they still gave him too much stuff.
I thought Patrick Stewart was pretty good, and the same thing with Gandalf. That's Magneto.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah, I thought those guys are gonna be hard to top for me because I really like Patrick Stewart. Looks like Professor Xavier.
Yeah, but he was kind of a watered down Professor Xavier if you read the comics. He wasn't bad, just watered down.
But I want to see the X-Men done right, and I imagine you can get all these people here, Fantastic Four, and then you can do like some more fun. The possibilities when you see stuff like I think Thor with the Guardians, that seems like a fun movie down the road. Like that's something that I think would be good times, and I would love to see stuff like that where like because Marvel has all those comics all the time where everyone appears differently in everyone's books. I think Thing was in the Guardians of the Galaxy. For a minute there,
a little bit.
Give me stuff like that. I want to see stuff like that down the road.
So was Iron Man for a hot minute.
Yeah. Give me that stuff. I want to see that stuff in movies. Agent Venom, right?
Yeah. But one thing with X-Men that I really want to see is I don't want movies. I want a TV show.
That'd be fun. Well, aren't they trying with a couple of things?
Yeah, a little bit. Legion is probably the best thing they've ever done with X-Men in terms of success. Even though it's completely dissimilar to the Legion character from the comics. But
didn't Fox have something too? Like the Runaways or something?
The Gifted.
The Gifted, there you go. That's the one I'm thinking
People like that show apparently, but I tried to watch it and I'm like, God, this is so boring. I mean, it's cool to see these side characters like Warpath and Blink. And
I've heard,
but it's like, oh, it's so boring.
I've had people try to say, and I've heard people try to talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. being good, and ever since they introduced Robbie Rodriguez, the Ghost Rider who drives the car,
Robbie Reyes.
Robbie Reyes, yeah. Sorry, I'm not the most familiar with him.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
he was created in 2014, so it's fine.
I've seen a picture of what he looked like, and I'm like, I don't know, that's not the best mask I've seen here, So it's, but
the effects were a little bit cheap, but yeah.
I would actually probably go back and give like Agent Carter another shot. I've never seen it honestly, and I kind of would, but I wouldn't.
One was really good.
That I wouldn't if I were them, and I've heard them trying to think about maybe even bringing it back. Don't make that because it takes place in like the World War II era. Don't plan on that being a long run series. You should just plan it just be like a 2-season thing, and then
they've done 2 seasons.
Really?
Oh, but it got canceled.
Yeah, I wasn't watching it at the time, and maybe I'm part of the reason to blame.
Yeah, you're part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem.
But it was really fun.
If it's on Netflix, I will check it out.
It's on Crave TV in Canada. I don't know where it would be. Maybe on Hulu.
Yeah.
In the US. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is, despite its faults, is fun to watch.
And that's what I've heard recently too. Like I heard skip the first 2 seasons too. I heard skip the first seasons.
But
no.
It's kind of like with Star Trek and stuff like that, where you have to kind of wait for it to grow the beard. But you are rewarded for watching all that. When Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. starts getting good, the first few episodes are, ugh. But you are rewarded because when Winter Soldier happens, that show becomes real good for a little while, and then it just kind of tampers back down, and then it just kind of it trips over itself at times. But overall, it's fun. Like after you've gotten through it, you're like, I'm happy I watched all of it instead of skipping some of it. But there will be moments where you're like, God, why? I feel like I should skip this. But it was cool to see Ghost Rider there for a while. And it's cool to see like more obscure villains like Crusher Creel shows up, the Absorbing Man. And they even talk about him in Daredevil, like he fought Battle and Jack Murdoch when he was a boxer. Those are cool connections.
I know. I think that Kevin Feige is kind of like trying to distance himself now from the Netflix world, even though they have said that like it's a part of the same universe and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I still like to see like even in the next Avengers movie, like even if it's just what's it called, I can't remember the name of the actor who plays Daredevil, but I would love to at least see him like do a courtroom scene or something, just like
Absolutely.
that. Just a walk by, you know, and
yeah,
essentially, I would love to see
just a cameo.
Yeah, and you know, in Spider-Man: Homecoming 2, I would love to see, even if it's in Spider-Man 3, I want to see Vincent D'Onofrio's Wilson Fisk. Just appearance, because I think he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
That would be great.
Yeah,
it would be really cool if they had a thing where Spider-Man goes up against Kingpin, and he has like something where he's getting him into legal trouble, and Matt Murdock comes in as his attorney.
That'd be fantastic. I would. That's something I would love. You know.
Yeah.
I know they've said, I think that they hired actually the fight coordinator for Daredevil to be the fight coordinator for Spider-Man: Homecoming 2 now.
Awesome.
So they want to focus on the fight scene. So I'm like, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I do love the casting of Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio too, by the way.
Mysterio, yeah, that was. I forgot about that entirely. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
I love that whole idea, kind of building to the Sinister Six, and essentially maybe that'll be Homecoming 3, if whatever they're gonna call it, you know. But Harry Potter, that universe, make that like a 9-part run with that kid. So
I care more about the Sinister Foes than the Sinister Six, but that's because I've read that comic and that was friggin' fantastic.
I think Green Goblin's great, but that could be the 4th movie, you know? So
it would be hard to walk back the Shocker though to do Sinister Foes.
All right, I think that's a good amount for tonight. So
yeah,
I was gonna say I need to drive back to the house that I can sleep in. So
all right, guys.
Yeah,
Musty. Yeah, E3 next week. Yep.
E3. Woo!
Yeah.
Discash. Bye.
Discash.
Yep.